That means we're recording. Hey everyone.
Hi.
I hope you're what you call it. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're ready for some more echoes and or bonds.
I hope your stocks are in order.
I hope your stonks are in order. So this is, if I'm correct, this would be the very first episode that is patron exclusive. So that's exciting. Thank you. Thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your subscribe. Thank you for no, I'm not gonna be shitty about this. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Patreon. Seriously, we appreciate it a lot. Like it helps. It was the positive reception of Wilting Vows that made me immediately want to move on and do something like it. So it's honestly thanks to you guys that we're doing this to begin with, and you guys includes you too, Christian. But yeah, we got a little cute update to the API today. It looks a lot nicer. Thank you once again, Ozark, for all of your hard work. It works great. Without any further ado, Christian, shall we get started?
Yes, let us get started.
So, we're gonna cut back to the night before. Just to clarify what's going on. I'm not gonna blindside you by anything with anything crazy, just out of the blue. But let's talk about how things went. So let's talk about this area that you looked around it a little bit, and you did find behind the counter. Actually, Silver God found it. A ledger that calls this place the Eventide Inn. You tried to find out exactly what was happening here. Searched around a little bit more and really couldn't come to any conclusion. And this place, Noctua, you feel like so stupid.
Yeah.
So Noctua has received a new gift since we played last, because we found out that Noctua is a prideful person and he has to rise to any challenge. Noctua, you look at the door, and you could probably leave and walk your way out of this place, but this inn, this surreal space, it felt like it was almost challenging you to get a good night's sleep.
That's so fucking stupid. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's a little plaque on the wall that says, "Best sleep you'll ever have," and Noctua is like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah, I'll take that. No, it's one of those things that, like, a more modern adventurer might see this supernatural space, feel this strange air, and be like, I shouldn't engage with this. This is the inn that devours people. I'll get my soul pulled out if I sleep here or something. Noctua, an experienced adventurer, sees an inn that has a supernatural compulsion to rest there and goes, I mean, yeah, I gotta try.
Yeah.
So.
The fucking building, what's it gonna do to me?
Yeah, it's a building. Get real. So, whenever Noctua does successfully rise to a challenge, he gets an additional 5 experience, which, very fun, did actually boost him up high enough last session to get an attribute. Normally you would have had 55 experience, and then I made that gift. I'm like, oh, you have 70 exactly.
Ooh,
so
nice.
your blue became a +7. So you three decide to pretty much spend the night here, and you each actually go up to one of these rooms up here. And
color-coded.
Yeah. You think to yourself, but it isn't before long, Noctua, that you actually hear a knock on your door. Just this tiny little rap.
Okay. He'll head on out then, yeah.
Hello? Hey, are you still awake?
No, I'm not awake. He smiles at her. Yeah, what's up?
She looks back. She looks embarrassed. I haven't ever slept anywhere other than my house before.
Oh, you haven't? Can't sleep
Shakes
then?
head. Nods.
Oh. He kind of just takes a moment. Anything I can do to help?
Continues to be absolutely mortified. Can I sleep on the floor in your room?
You can sleep on the bed in my room. I'll sleep on the floor.
She fidgets, holding a blanket and pillow.
He kind of like pops up in the door. You can come on in. It's fine, kid.
She nods, sheepishly goes inside. You both get settled in, and then awkwardly a few times over the course of the night, you're about to drift off, and you hear this little call from the far side of the room. Good night, Noctua. This repeats 3 or 4 times.
Good night, he says every time.
And like that, the night passes. When you wake up, Sasha's lying in her bed. You're braced into the corner, sort of like wedged in there. You're used to actually sleeping in conditions far worse than this. You've got a nice corner. This isn't a boat. It's not going to rock back and forth. This is something that Noctua has gotten used to.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly your eyes peek open.
Oh. He kind of stands up and stretches a bit. Ah, excellent. He stops, goes over, checks out the window, sees the sunflowers, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right. He steps over to the door, takes a step out. He sees a glass water over there, and he's going to take there, pull out a glass, take a dip into it, and then put it down to the side. He pulls it up to his mouth, and then stops. Hey, wait a second. Hey, wait a second. He looks around again, and then checks in this room, and then runs on over inside again, kind of crouches down and starts poking at Sasha.
Sasha's sleeping peaceably. She's buried up to her eyes in this big blanket that honestly has probably seen better days, but you poke her, she...
Wake up! Got some water!
I slowly open up. Oh, thank you.
He stops a bit. Yeah, we're at your house, aren't we?
Slowly comes up, wipes eyes with the back of her hand, drinks water. Mm-hmm. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Hold on. She's looking around. And then she looks at you. And you see a look of relief on her face. It's weird. It's almost like the novelty of having someone here far surpasses the strangeness of waking up in her house when you went to sleep somewhere else. She just looks at you and smiles.
He smiles back, but then is like, looks like we just, we woke up in a different spot. I'm kind of curious how'd that happen. Does that happen before? Have you ever passed out and woken up in bed here?
She shakes her head.
You did say you always slept at home, so, maybe there's been more reasons than that than one.
Do you think the Silver God carried us here?
He thinks about that. I don't know why she would, or they would, but, like, yeah, we could check.
Slowly nods. Okay, I'm gonna get up.
He steps on over, gets on through the door again, and he gets himself a glass of water, too.
Starts getting dressed. Walks over, sun hat on now. Just, you look out the window at the brilliant sunshine. She's standing up behind you. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Alrighty, he begins to step out as well, finishes the water, and then moves on outside.
You guys go outside, and you wonder, Well, what's the plan for today?
He kind of thinks a bit. We could go ask why we're awake here. I don't know if I care as much. Just a bit concerning.
Okay, let's go then.
Yeah, he kind of stops and checks. What's off this way?
Oh, that's my garden.
This your garden? Okay. He kind of stops a bit and goes over and just takes a nice smell of, and then realizes, oh, there's not really anything smell coming over there. Okay.
Yeah, it's a bunch of root vegetables. You
Yeah.
you attempt to inhale, like, garden is a generous term for this. You've seen Raojin gardens. Beautiful, majestic. People spend lives dedicated to the cultivation of their own gardens. This is a little on the sad side. There's some driftwood, like, borderline markers set up to, like, demarcate different vegetables, different flowers. It's very well, it looks like a child made it.
Well, she's doing her best, so it's fine. And we're gonna walk back to the Silver God's place.
You're coming. Same
Oi.
old, same old. She's lounging. Hey.
Hey, first question.
Hmm?
Did we walk out last night? Because it looks like we just woke up in our bed. You wouldn't have happened to, bring us back, right?
Did you carry us? No.
Thought not. He kind of thinks a bit. Damn in. He kind of checks back at it. Tomorrow I will sleep there again, and that time I will not awake anywhere else.
Oh. Well, I did get a good night's sleep for what it's worth. You think to yourself, yeah, you feel really good actually, even though you slept on the floor.
I do feel rather nice, but it's been unkind to move someone when they've decided to stay in your establishment.
I guess so. That would be bothersome. Oh, right. I forgot to ask. Yesterday, did you find any of that caligite?
Ah, indeed. He kind of stops a bit. We found one in an old greenhouse that was just by the stables.
The
Big one.
greenhouse.
Looks like I was gonna take it and tear it out for you, but that sounded like it'd be a bad idea.
They think about it. Depends on the size, but
It's pretty big. I could carry it, but removing it, I'm afraid I'd damage it.
I'll go take a look. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
We hop up and sort of walk over here.
Noctua kind of thinks a bit. So, next step. He kind of crouches down low again in his little squat. So, Sasha, remember when we talked last night? I'm dedicated.
Yeah.
What's the first step for our mystery solving?
Well, we made it all the way to the caves, and you wanted to fight big monsters, right?
Yes, that's true. But we also decided last night that we'd solve this mystery.
Yeah, Sasha thinks. Well, we've explored most of the island, actually, already. So, there's only the caves and the reef still.
He thinks about that a bit more. Right, caves and a reef. Which one's closer?
Well, the reef, technically, but...
Then the caves it is. Smile.
She perks up. Silver God hears your plans, kind of stops. They let out a chuckle. Well, have fun with that. I'm going to go investigate this caligite.
Have fun. It's all strange. Hope it's useful.
I'm sure it will be. Well, don't get yourselves killed in the caves. That'd be a huge shame.
He turns over to Sasha again. I'm not too afraid of that.
Me either, honestly. I think if you're there, it'll be fine.
He kind of looks around and is like, all right. So, I think it's this way, right? Points straight up.
Yeah, that direction. You both smile and you head out. And I'm just going to cut you right there. You make
Alright,
it to... You make it...
We have another field battle, and then...
Yeah, you have another field battle. It's, you bump you're high enough level that it's just erased when you impact it.
Yeah.
And you make your way back here. Let me get some music rolling. There you go.
He looks around again. He sees the scorched flowers and otherwise like damage from last time.
There's a lot of frozen area. There's a lot of blood over here.
Yeah. He kind of steps on through and then just kind of moves on through the flowers a little bit and turns around. All right, from this point on, we'll be taking steps further.
Yeah.
Our adventure continues from this point. He kind of turns over. Are you ready, Sasha?
Sasha's eyes are fixated on this rock over here, the place that figure jumped from. She seems almost a little, like, nervous, like, residual memories are sticking around about that.
He kind of, like, goes over and is kind of behind her, kind of, puts a hand on her back lightly. Pretty scary guy, huh?
Nods.
Well, don't be afraid by his after image.
Okay.
He, kind of, good on you for being cautious, though. If you see him again, just run, okay?
Okay. It was really fast, though.
It was, but he kind of, thinks a little bit about that. He, like, considers a bit more now, and it's like, oh, very well. Support me. If we'll run together. If we fight together, okay?
She beams at you, this big, bright smile, nods. Okay! You, you continue on, and you make it, actually, to a cave entrance.
Oh. Didn't know monsters like decorating.
Yeah, it wasn't like this before.
He stops and thinks, do you think one of your friends made any sort of new home for themselves?
Maybe.
He kind of stops and frowns a little. I'll be disappointed if there are no monsters in here. But then he thinks, on the other hand, though, if they can defeat an entire cave of monsters, perhaps they'll be a bit better than a monster to fight.
She has a nervous look like, yeah, maybe.
He kind of steps forward.
I hope you do not fight, but you walk into this cave entrance and there's like, it sort of opens up almost immediately as you make it inside.
Yeah, Noctua immediately steps in and he yells at the top of his lungs, greetings! I am the champion of... No, wait, I'm not the champion. I'm the champion of myself. I am Noctua, champion of the Fox God. I have come as a guest. It would be rude to not simply introduce yourselves entering into an abode for the first time. Please, come out and meet me.
Your voice bounces off of every wall again and again and again, and there's no answer from inside because you start to realize, as you poke your head in, this place is gigantic.
Oh, fuck, okay. He stops a bit and is like, well, all right, this isn't a house, at least. Well, this could be the manor entry. But regardless, I don't see anyone, monster or otherwise.
Yeah, I've never been in here before. I heard it was dangerous, so...
Hopefully it is. Can't be an adventure without a little danger, right?
I guess so. Yeah! Yeah! She's getting more excited. Noctua, you noticed something about Sasha's changed. Ever since you encouraged her, got her to work on her swordsmanship a little bit, she's been, she's been growing, not just as an adventurer, but as a person. Her I want to be a hero gift has evolved into, the ideal has evolved into. Whenever Noctua imparts a lesson or achieves a critical strike or other legendary feat, she gains 5 XP automatically.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she's gonna be power leveled by the end
Luckily,
of this.
I'm fully legendary, so...
I'm a legendary teacher as well.
Yes. I'm legendary. He kind of steps on forward.
Your eyes are cast across the stonework. This is how Noctua sees the cave. It's pretty bright, honestly. Sasha, on the other hand, it is nearly pitch dark.
Oh, okay. He kind of steps carefully. How much can you see?
Only around, whatever that thing is.
Ah, I see. He puts a hand to his side and goes for her to grab it. Can you see that? My hand?
She fumbles around for a second and then takes it.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I can see rather well in here. However, that's just my own benefits. He says, what would be nice? He stops a bit. Let's turn around. He starts walking this way.
Okay.
Like-
you drag Sasha along. Oh, yeah, okay.
He kind of stops and turns, and then squints real close this time so you can see. Look, I can see rather well in here, but it's obvious that you can't. And what do we do when we can't do something?
We find a more clever way to do it?
I assume that would be correct, yes. For cleverness is all about accounting for your, for what you can't do with something you can.
We cheat.
You can't see in the dark, but you can cheat the dark by lighting a lamp. So let's get you a lamp. I'm pretty sure there'd be one in that armory.
She beams at you. Okay, you guys take a quick detour, actually looking around for a lamp, and you, Sasha winds up explaining to you that, there's actually relatively little lighting. It's all natural light around, where she's at. Because, well, she's actually a little afraid of fire. So, she doesn't really light it, so you come back to the stable, and where you found the pitchforks, you actually find a lantern.
Yeah. He holds a lantern and, kind of gets a match, and the nice thing about a lantern is that if it falls and hits the floor, it's one of the least likely to catch a flame, since there's a guard. Also the least likely to hurt you. Great for moving around in the dark.
She picks it up and holds it close to herself like it's something precious. Sasha gains 5 experience.
Yeah, and he checks to see if there's any, like, matches or otherwise or anything that they could light. Probably. Something like, actual grade matches, probably not, but, like, if there's any sort of, like, lighting material.
You're experienced enough an outdoorsman to, like, actually take some of these rocks that you found on the island and basically steel.
I'll take them, and then on the outside of the cave, I will show Sasha how to light, use these rocks to start a fire, and then we'll go on inside.
You take a second outside and you teach Sasha how to using rocks from the island, make a spark, etc. She's a little afraid of fire, mostly uses natural light, but you noticed outside there is like a little, like, almost fire pit area. She's like, having taught her a more proper technique, she seems genuinely wowed. The way that she's been doing it has been exceptionally inefficient over the years.
Yeah.
And you come back in, and Sasha, now with the full light, is excited.
Yeah.
She casts this big, wide glow across the area.
Excellent, excellent. The dark has been bested by your clever wits.
You notice something. She is still holding your hand.
Oh, that's fine. We take on steps further in as well, then. Take a look around, seeing the path. There's so much more visible, right?
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
The dark chokes around a flame, but in a place like this, a flame goes a long way.
She nods, and you nod to yourself, so very satisfied, actually. Kato would have loved that sentence.
He checks by and sees these, like, floating little wisps of energy and the smokes around, and kind of just examines it and tries to feel this place out of it.
Yeah.
What does this place feel like?
The surface had this odd dreamy quality to it. This place feels extremely natural is the best way to describe it. Like almost like you've torn into some vein of the earth, and like it's animate and twitching around you. It's honestly a little inspiring. It's like being in the deep woods where nobody goes.
He kind of, like, he's grinning a bit at this. This is a kind of natural experience that it's been a little while since he's really felt, at least to this degree.
Yeah.
It reminds him of a lot of places in Raoji and Mitsudai.
Yeah. And as you start to let that feeling seep in, you feel something change in the air. Could you give me a roll to die?
Okay.
You see.
Pick red.
Choose what you're locking in.
I'm all about my feeling in my heart right now, so I think red's fair. So.
Yeah.
15.
You can ahead. You start to hear something reverberating off the cave walls.
Mm-hmm.
The thrashing, the sounds of violence.
A fight, I think.
Sasha doesn't hear it, but she stops when you mention a fight. Where? What?
It's a bit further up ahead. See if you can listen as we get closer, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna have her roll to die. It's gonna be hard for her.
Sasha's doing it!
Sasha gets an additional 5 experience.
She, when pointed out, she hears it then from here after focusing really hard.
Holy shit. That's excellent. Yeah, Sasha listens in too, and her ears start to strain against the darkness and the silence of the cave, and she starts to hear it as well. Oh, should we get closer?
Let's.
Okay. You come forwards, and as you travel down, Sasha's instincts actually kick up, and she puts the hood down on the lantern, sort of stifling its light so you can functionally sneak up. And
she might not see it, her eyes adjusting to the dark so quickly, but Noctua smiles at that.
Yeah. Aw. And as you do, you enter this gigantic, gorgeous clearing, and you can see just fine. The first thing you see, however, is something that stands out amidst the darkness because it seems to be an animate part of it. A gigantic creature sits on the far side of this almost like perfect arena, towering, just sliding away, almost a collection of ink and muck.
Mm-hmm.
And then you notice something else, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's currently someone engaged with this thing.
Ooh.
You watch as these two beings exchange blows for a second, and you stop Sasha.
Yeah, he stops Sasha, and he's immediately like, "All right, there's a real fight going on. I think it's one of your friends."
Sasha perks up and takes a step forward. Okay, so over here, Yosola, roll to die for me. Excellent. So, pick what you're keeping. Excellent. Yeah, they can take this. Okay, you get to go first.
Alright, hey, look over here. I better be the last thing you ever see. She jumps up and tries to give it a good stab. Right at the bottom.
Okay, give me that roll to do. Excellent. Okay, so its eyes actually trace to you two almost immediately. All of these orbs of light stuck on you for a moment, and then here's the hey, and it whips around just in time to get stabbed directly in the lower bits, and it slops to the side and begins to almost slip and run across the ground. It is going to take a shot right back at you. Roll to die for me. Okay, so it manages to turn the attack around almost immediately. Having been thrown off balance, it uses its almost disintegrating form to create new appendages, almost these spines and spires that stick up and strike directly through one of your arms. The forearm is completely pierced. That's going to be 10 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Here, I can note it for you on your pog.
Okay.
And with that, you both reset, and hey, Noctua.
I'm thinking about rolling the die so I can join.
Okay, everybody then roll to die.
There is no need for discussion, only fight. It's a fresh one. I need to drop my swing and then
You
roll
do.
fresh. Hang on. Oh, much better. I'm going to lock in blue.
Okay, so excellent. In this case, this boss has a rather unique mechanic. It you, Sola, and Noctua, one of you will take the first turn, then it will go, then the other of you goes, then it finishes off. So,
Okay.
in this case, since you two don't really know each other yet, and don't have the ability to coordinate, we will simply go with the highest result, which is Noctua currently.
Yeah.
So, Noctua.
Noctua takes a few steps forward and kind of stands here, crouching low on one knee. He reaches back and pulls out an arrow, notches it into his bow, and then pulls back with all of his strength and fires an arrow that almost seems to howl at the snap inside of this cave, flying in and just piercing straight through this thing, or at least that's the intention.
Yeah. Okay. You fire at it, and okay, that'll absolutely hit. It yeah. So you fire the arrow, and with the screech that almost seems to reverberate off of every single cave wall, it punches through, leaving a section of open air between you and the deeper cave. You manage to deal you deal a lot of damage. Holy shit! 13 to it. It recoils and it sets its sights on you.
Greetings from the champion of God damn it! Greetings.
In the future, a slug gets nervous.
Yeah. Greetings from the champion of Thakato, the fox god. I am Noctua.
It's... Oh boy. Its head turns around and looks at you. And... That's what it's gonna do. So... It's the weirdest thing. It turns around, it looks, and you see something start to, growl and build in its throat. Noctua, I'm gonna need you to roll to die.
Alrighty. Oh.
Okay. So, it does in fact win.
Oh, nice. That's interesting.
Yeah, here's something strange is happening with it. You notice some sort of almost bile building in the back of its throat, and a great maw opens up all at once. And almost hyper pressurized, a cannon of sludge and muck fires straight at you and Sasha. Sasha's gonna duck.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha's gonna duck, absolutely.
That's fine. She's got a big thing to duck behind, so...
Yeah, she does. She ducks behind you, Noctua. Noctua, I'm going to need you to take 16 damage.
Oh boy, okay. Alright.
Yep, you're at 24. So, yeah, whatever that was hit exceptionally hard. And then it's going to roll to die. Oh, it did bad.
Oh boy.
Yep. So, Sola, your go.
Okay, roll to do.
Yeah, roll to do to follow up on this thing.
Okay. So Sola, seeing that, starts to say, what did I tell you about keeping your eyes on me? And she's bouncing back and forth. And she goes to swipe her spear across its eyes.
Excellent. Give me that roll. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see how it does. No. It will swap to that red though. You swing your spear across its eyes, and carve this actually graceful arc. The blood of this creature almost leaving a paintbrush style strike behind it, and you managed to deal a grand total of 12 damage. Oh my god, you guys! It reels around again, now fully pissed, and it's gonna attack you. Okay, give me a roll to die. Sorry, this is a clash. It swapped red. Give me a roll to do.
Oh boy. Ha.
Okay, so you win the clash. So it comes at you. You do that to it, and it gets mad. It attempts to. It actually sort of sinks into the ground slightly, moving around and underneath you, and attempts to spear you from all angles. Its body almost independently controllable at the cellular level. It tries to just turn you into a pincushion. Tell me how you not only prevent the attack, but how you turn it around back on the creature.
Sola lets out a low whistle and she's like, "Ooh, you're fancy!" And then she, as like a spear starts to go up, she grabs the end of it and rides it up rather than letting it pierce her, and then goes for an attack from above.
Ooh, excellent. Okay, so you ride it up, and all of almost through the air, these individual bits of its body try to trace you, and you swing your spear and jam it down, bringing your full weight down on top of it. It loses its red, and its red is temporarily locked out, which is very good. So, you guys, everybody reset. Roll to die again.
Alrighty. Drop swing. Roll to die. Oh, I see. Well, I don't know what its colors are yet, so I'm going to go blue again.
Let's unlock this. Slash it free. Let's go. Oh, wait. She doesn't have a choice. She's got to go red again. Okay. So, in this instance, 19, 15. Noctua, you get to go first again.
Alright. So, seeing it being knocked back and trying to reform in this area, he's going to move up again and start moving forward and to the side so that attention is not being dragged over to Sasha.
Fair.
I think he makes it about here now. And once he is there, he's looking. Are these eyes trying to reform in a certain way?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Then he's going to, once again, pulling a legendary action. He's not going to, not in the D&D sense, but he's going to pull out a couple of arrows like he did before the others. And his whole goal is to just fire a bunch and see if he can impact the different eyes and hit them.
So, yeah, so he can hit all the eyes at once.
As many as possible, yes.
Okay, hold on, I gotta see something for this creature. That's actually excellent. Okay, so, Clash.
Nice. Alright, let's see. This thing's got some interesting D6 stuff, so let's see what happens when I go in. Oh!
Oh, okay. So, we're looking at something like this. So, Noctua, that's awesome. Wow, that's 26 damage also. You managed to, you draw your arrows back, and it's trying to like get some sort of sight on you, sight on Sola. It's trying to do something to find either of you. So it pops its eyes out of this thick, viscous fluid, and all at once, thunk, 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 thunk. Every single one of them is struck with an arrow simultaneously. It lets out a silent howl. Yeah, let's just add 26 damage to that. Okay. Its eyes like drift and vanish back into the slob. Okay, here comes its next attack. It doesn't know who it's attacking, so I'm gonna roll a 1d2. Actually, no, we're gonna do this old-fashioned style. We're gonna pick a direction. Okay. Going that way.
Yeah.
So, what you call it? Sola, you could get clipped by this, so we're gonna have it roll to do again.
And then you roll the percentile chance to see if it misses.
Yeah, no, it's just gonna do an old-fashioned roll to do. And this is a clash versus you, so you get to roll to do as well. Okay. So you manage to once again navigate your way out of what appears to be that same compressed sludge attack. It fires, hits this tree, buries itself in the wall, and actually chips away at the rock. You manage to separate yourself. Let me know how you deal some damage to it while dodging.
Okay, Sola rolls over to the side and then actually sends her spear towards where it shoots, and impacts it.
Okay. As its entire face juts forward, you manage to let it do most of the work. You cause it to slice itself, dealing an additional 10 damage. Oh boy, your go. And it locks out Blue. Get me with one of those rolls to do.
Okay.
Okay, and then it gets a die. Yeah, it's gonna take that yellow, and you are just going to hit it, so hit it. Give me, how do you follow up this attack?
Sorry. Okay,
yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, did it hit the wall yet?
It did.
Okay, so Sola goes after it and actually starts to stomp on it.
You get into proper stomping position. You start to just compress this creature. It attempts to reel back, and slowly as its body is actually disintegrating more and more. It attempts to reel back and attack you with whatever hidden sharp bits it has buried inside of it. Give me a roll to die.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh boy. So, as it creates these gigantic, grotesque horns, it manages to spear you through and drive you backwards. In this case, Sola, you are actually going to take a wound as something inside of it just impales through you and actually drives that arm where you were vulnerable before off. I'm gonna have you drop your swing. You are dropped to 0 HP. And roll to die for me. And tell me what attribute is going to be wounded here.
Let's say blue.
Blue, okay, so I'm gonna mark blue.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna keep yellow.
Okay, recover 18 HP. Almost immediately, you are brought back into it. Okay, everybody, drop your swings, get ready for again.
Alrighty.
Drop. Drop. Ooh. That's good for you, Sasha. Ooh. Okay.
Alright, so let's see. What am I gonna do to this thing? Well, actually, I know currently it is. Or was it wounded? No, it's locked up, but it's probably not locked out anymore. Okay.
Yes,
gotcha.
it is unlocked, but it is stuck in yellow, basically.
I see. Well,
Doink,
now
doink.
that I know that, let me just take a look at my wheel again.
Yeah.
Put on my sunglasses and see. I see. Yes. Okay. All right then. I'm going to go in on yellow then.
Oh, you're gonna try to clash? Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Noctua, go!
he kind of like shifts around and does something real quick, tosses something in the dark, and then walks up and stands next to this mysterious stranger. And things real tough, huh? Well, nah. He kind of like, it's kind of. He thinks it's tough, not the toughest thing I've ever seen. It's also kind of dumb. He kind of stops a bit. I don't even think it saw us. Do the thing I just did. We should step back a little bit. By the way, he kind of moves back this way.
Sola steps back, saying, like, I'm not too worried. It's like her arm dangling off.
Yeah.
Suddenly it explodes.
Okay, here's this clash. Let's do a roll to do. Guess it's 2 again. Okay, so you feel the rush of the heat as just fire pours past you, and then you hear a call from behind you, Noctua. Hit it again!
At this point, after being surprised by a shock, Noctua will take the opportunity to basically get a sneak attack in. He's going to try, basically, he wanted to blast away a lot of the muck so he can find some of the eyes buried underneath. And now he's going to walk in and try to down smash that point.
Okay.
After it's been knocked out of its color.
Yes. Give me a roll.
Alrighty, let's do this. Bam!
Sasha's going to blow her stored red dice to give you a reroll plus 1d6.
Ooh.
Okay. You come in and just give me the narration.
Alright, as the bombs seem to just explode around, he goes up and gets at this kind of closer range as they kind of fly around. He raises up his arrow and fires up into the sky as the eyes have been sent flying. Before they can hit the ground and also reform around whatever inks that this thing has, each one is pierced broken out of the sky as they continue to shatter.
You managed to strike those almost amber-like eyes, causing them to fissure and crack. You know, deal an additional 6 damage, bringing your total up to 105. And just like that, the creature actually stops, its body starting to run more and more and more and more, and it almost dissipates into the earth. And just like that, you're left in the cave.
Nice. Can I ask for a break real quick? I gotta use the bathroom.
Yes!
All right. Also, before I go, are you fucking clownfish?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm back. I also got some water, because I'll need it.
Welcome back.
You certainly will.
I was very happy when I saw you unmute, because I was hoping for that session 1, and I got session 2.
Yeah!
Yeah!
It's so cool to be playing this. I really enjoy it.
Yeah!
You're doing really good. Like, immediately you just picked up the game and played it great. So I'm very happy.
Oh, thank you.
Mm.
You're a very good teacher.
Oh, thank you. Let's, if you guys are ready, I'm cool to just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dope. So.
I know exactly how I'll pick off, too.
Yeah, you, well, first I gotta update you on a certain situation.
Oh, I see.
You finish fighting this thing as it dissipates into the ground almost, and you look over at this person next to you, and you're about to say something, and her arm drops off. it just hits the ground.
See, I did hear you say that, knocked her right back, so I was like, he stops and then looks at the ground and is like, oh, he kind of moves up.
So lets out a like, oh, come on, I had him. Where did you come from?
He stops and then turns and sees the arm and then hears the attitude, but then he puts that aside immediately because he hears what she says and he stands up again. I have no doubt you had them, but I wasn't just gonna let you take all of the monsters. I came here for a fight. I'm glad I came on time. Obviously you had them.
Oh, okay, you want to fight? She picks up her arm.
I got my fight. Besides, he kind of steps to the side. Hey, Sasha.
Sola! She scoots up and hugs you, despite the missing arm.
Sola turns around. She's like, "Oh, Sasha, you came here to see me. Oh, you're so strong, kid."
he kind of pats her head. She learned how to light a fire today.
Did you? Oh, we can make
Nod,
use of
nod,
that
nod.
when we cook.
Yeah! Everybody's beaming at each other. No one is addressing the severed arm.
He stops a bit. Is that gonna grow back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But hey, I got an extra hand now, so.
As you say that, almost on cue, a new arm just explodes out of where the other one was.
Ah, very nice. Oh, okay, this one's got good balance.
He kind of picks up the other one and just sees what's happening to it. Is it getting rid of quicker or just a fucking arm now?
It's just a fucking arm now.
He just kind of like tosses it behind him.
Hey!
You want it?
No.
He stops a bit and turns. Sasha,
Yeah.
please introduce me to your miraculous friend.
This is, Noctua. This is Sola. Sola. This is Noctua.
Not
He
to,
turns over to the side, and he says, "Sola, a pleasure." He bows slightly. He kind of thinks of it. So, was this the only thing in here, or is there anything else?
Oh, there's plenty more in here. That
Oh.
seems to be the most rambunctious one around, though.
He kind of thinks of it. Fantastic. So it seems we're not late after all.
Yeah,
You gotta think.
That one will probably be back. I don't think it was gone for good.
He kind of like pokes around a bit, sees some of the scorch marks and otherwise. Well, regardless, I came here to do a thing, to clear up the cave, so I'm going to do that. Would you like to come along? Or perhaps would you like to compete for it?
Of course, I've been looking for a good challenge around here.
Sasha looking between the two of you like, I'm glad they are getting along, I think.
So I have to say, I have heard of Noctua before, actually quite well.
Oh, I see. My legend doesn't predict me after all.
Yeah, you were the old guardian of Amori Village, as well as the other ones, weren't you?
He nods his head. Indeed.
Yeah, when you left, they didn't know quite who to look to. They were looking to find someone else to take care of them. I think you might have maybe done the protecting a little too well.
He stops and thinks of it as he kind of holds, and he smiles at that. Yes, I suppose that it would be a bit hard to replace someone like me. He then stops a bit. Did they, though? Were they able to find someone else?
Well, you see, when I came around, they tried to get me to kind of watch over them for a bit, but it's not really my style. So I ended up just showing them how to take care of themselves, and I think they're doing better off now. But
He nods his head. I see. That's good then. He kind of takes a note of that and thinks a little bit, getting a little homesick. No. If they decide to take being their own champions into their own hands, I think that's good for them. After all, I doubt they'll have too many champions left in Raoji.
yeah, I think that they've been doing pretty well. Last I checked.
Sasha tilts her head looking between the two of you. There's like despite the tenor of the conversation, there's a weird heaviness to it. I heard Sola taught him how to fight really good. She sort of taught me the basics too. And then she looks down.
You gotta like, it's okay. They're doing good. That's a good thing. He goes over and pats her head a bit. Oh, as a note, I didn't leave. I was kicked out.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Sola looks. I just feel that maybe these people shouldn't have counted on you for everything.
Yeah, he kind of thinks about that a bit. Suppose not. But, well, they didn't. I didn't fish for them. I didn't farm for them. They rented out at least one aspect of their defense to me. That was fine for a time. I'm happy that they didn't get so lazy with that they ended up forgetting how to fight at all. I'm glad you taught them. Seems in the end they didn't really need my help that much after all.
Maybe not at all. So Solo kind of smirks a little at him.
He kind of goes over, made their lives a little easier, and he kind of squats down. You see, Sasha, that's the core aspect of really a hero. He kind of thinks it's making people's lives a little easier like that.
Looks over at Sola. Looks over at you.
You don't gotta take care of everything for them. Then they won't learn how to fight for themselves, but you always stand up and fight for whenever they can't do something.
She seems to be turning over something in her head. Why did you say that thing earlier about how there couldn't be many more champions in Raoji?
He kind of just thinks that a little bit. I don't know how things are going back in Raoji, but well, he kind of sits back against the floor a little bit. My lord, Kato, has been imprisoned. Many others have been cast out. The number of gods in that place is lowered down to a measly 13. I believe order might be restored there soon, but he kind of thinks a little bit. So many villages had so many champions, and now they all rely on the singular champions that come from the Raoji court itself. I have no doubt they're going to do their best, but I suppose these things are trade-offs. There will be less champions, and I suppose more everyday heroes. Not a bad thing. Suppose. After all, he kind of turns over. Sounds like they're taking care of themselves, huh?
Yeah. How would you feel about getting something to eat? She looks at them.
You know,
yeah.
He,
that sounds great.
He kind of stands up again. Over time, I'm sure that place will no longer have a need for legends or champions someday, but there's still plenty of places that need them now, so, well, still a point for Noctua in the world.
She looks at the two of you, actually. The champion that came before and the champion that followed after. Makes me kind of sad.
He kind of thinks about that. A bit melancholic of a topic, I suppose. He kind of steps up. That's fine. If it wasn't a bit sad, I'd feel a bit sad. I mean, after all, it's good to know that your legacy does mean something. So.
Sasha looks down. Something's really bothering her. She screws up her courage. Yeah, let's go get something to eat. Is there food down here?
Yeah, I've got like my own quarters I set up here.
It is a home.
Yeah.
He kind of well, in that case, I'm happy I knocked at least when I came in. Let it be known that I did indeed try to show courtesy.
Oh, was that whisper you?
Yes, this cave is rather long.
You say, as you travel deeper into the caves. Up here.
I see.
Ping, ping, ping.
Nice.
Solo leads you a little deeper into the caves, and you come to a sort of a crossroads. That tree over here is looking awfully familiar.
He kind of reaches up and just grabs a little petal off of it and just kind of rubs it between his fingers while he's stepping forward. So, which way is your home?
Right over here.
Alrighty.
You start to walk in this direction, and then Sasha sort of stops, seeing something, or more specifically, someone walking past in the background.
Oh, they're not here yet, okay. Ah, I see.
Walk. Waves. Hey, everyone.
Oi!
Hey!
They go down in this direction.
Now you're home!
Sola runs over. Hey, I was just having people over for food. You wanna come?
Oh, you're cooking. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked they managed to make it here this fast. Hey, you two.
Hey! He kind of steps to the side and kind of lets... So, how'd it go?
With the Cali guy, yeah, moving
Mhm.
that was a little frustrating, but I got it done.
He kind of stops Ben, let's think. Okay, yeah. He's like, well, guess that means you made it just in time to eat. A little bit of food after a lot of physical exertion. Wow. It's like nothing else. Besides maybe...
Here.
Sola and Noctua fought a, what was that thing? She looks over at
What was
Sola.
that thing? Got a name for it yet?
I've just been calling it sludge.
Sludge.
Yeah, it keeps showing up. I think it's kind of disturbing whatever else is around here right now. I feel like once I get rid of it, it might calm down a bit. Maybe we can all easily walk through the caves, but keeps running away. It's a little coward, that sludge.
He kind of thinks of it. Always seems to slip through the cracks in the cave.
Yeah.
He kind of thinks about that a little bit. But yeah.
You come into this actually pretty nice little underground abode. You're shocked that it's here, actually.
Oh. He kind of looks. Wow, did you build this, or was it just here?
I kind of just built a lot of it actually, but there was a lot of materials that were just here.
This is incredible, though. He kind of steps up. He kind of looks. What's the craftsmanship on your little abode, Sola?
It's kind of like thrown together, but in a way that sticks. So like if she left it, it's not gonna fall apart after a few days.
Okay. He kind of looks at it. He's more just amused by the fact it's underground. And, he kind of checks around a little bit and then... What? I'm very curious. What is on the menu today?
Well, I was actually making my favorite. I was making a pot roast, and I was gonna make some fresh bread to go with it.
Oh, I haven't had some of that in a little while. I've tried it recently in my travels, but kind of stops a bit.
Noctua,
Oh, come on
Noctua,
in.
you look through the open door, and something looks directly back at you.
He kind of steps over and goes up to this thing, this strange creature, and he goes over. Look at this goat!
I love this goat. It just
Goes
showed
over
up.
and just starts like, yeah, he just starts rubbing his hand through its head like, ah! Hey, Sasha, look at this goat!
Sasha walks in. Hey there,
I don't got any of these in Rauji.
Hey there, little guy. How are you? She's afraid of the goat.
Oh, she's harmless. So kind of like bows the head of the goat towards Sasha. Head Pet the goat, Sasha. Pet the goat.
Sasha will very tentatively pet the goat. What's her name?
It's Solo kind of looks away. Chapey.
Oh, nice to meet you, JB. Pets the goat again. The goat looks around the room. It has this like, it's so funny. You guys are so big and enthusiastic about it that like, as it's like, oh, check out this goat. The goat is completely impassive.
My favorite thing about these guys, they're just so, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's my best bud.
Hey, Silver God, check out this goat.
The two stare at each other. They are both completely impassive. No expression changes.
Noctua is grinning, just because you've fucking seen these things too much before. And he kind of goes over and sits down. His attention gets kind of being lost, and he's kind of just leans forward a bit. Ooh, Sola.
Yeah.
I'm a bit curious. How long have you been in here, or been at the island?
It's been like about a week, maybe 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of losing track, but yeah. Yeah, just kind of checking out the caves. Told Sasha we'd be bringing back a whole lot of food. We eat like kings. Think I'm making pretty good leeway on that.
Beaming.
Yeah, he nods his head about that and just kind of thinks about it a bit more and is like, I've only really been here a day, but it's been quite a busy one.
Oh yeah, did you wash up?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Washed up on shore.
Welcome to the club.
Little Sasha over here found me. Very nice of you.
I learned ever since we tried to carry you and failed up from the shore. I got a bunch of logs together and I rolled them on top of all of them.
Clever!
Noctua, suddenly all those little welts you've been discovering over your body make sense.
Oh, fantastic. A little ingenuity. He's like, ha! That was very clever. He kind of thinks about it. You see, you've already been really learning about that. The whole cleverness over bronze thing necessary sometimes.
Yeah. She nods. In the background, these two are having a staring contest. Neither has blinked for like 5 minutes at this point.
So you know the tale of Noctua, but where do you come from, Sola? You said you've been to Mari Village. Do you hail from Rauji, or where from?
Yeah, I tend to say I'm from Amori Village. Spent a long time there, but I was doing a lot of traveling before that. I'm not really from anywhere.
He kind of thinks about that a bit more. Not from anywhere. Then, He kind of thinks about that a little bit more then. If you're not from anywhere, would you say Amari Village is closest to home?
Yeah, it was a bit of an unexpected home, I gotta say, but yeah.
Yeah, I could relate to that much. Oh, if you are, at least, if you would say Amari Village was at least to some degree a home, then, perhaps I simply am feeling a bit nostalgic today, or sentimental. But if you need anything, let me know. It would be unfair if I were to be a champion for Amari Village, yet not for one individual villager.
Sola looks a little warmly about that. Thanks him.
He nods his head a bit. Besides, I'm being treated to food. I owe you one. And he kind of thinks a little bit. Though you are not one who seems to need much help from a champion in terms of fighting. But I am a champion of much more, so simply ask if you need it. I'm sure the legends of Noctua spread far and wide.
Oh, they sure have. And I appreciate the offer, but sharing food is its own reward. She goes to get some bowls. And just happens to have a few extra.
Nice.
And passes it around.
Oh, it's so good. You're so good with spices. Sasha dreamily drifts off eating this.
Noctua is going to take a bite, and by the sound of it, it's really good, isn't it?
It's really fucking good.
Really fucking good, hell yeah. Does it feel nostalgic, or is this her own style of cooking?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually.
In particular, the way that she has cooked it, it doesn't feel nostalgic from this meal. It does feel extremely comforting, though.
Gotcha. And yes, Jamin, I am gonna that's rad the cooking. Yes, I will. I'm gonna roll the die. Oh, red? 6 red? Yes, I'm locking in 6 red. This hits my heart like something special, Jay.
You realize this cooking, that's rad.
He seems to have just a warm smile as he eats, just eating this kind of meal. It brings him back to nothing in particular. I think in general, after Noctua realizes it, it's just been a long time since he's ever had a meal with friends. And so being able to actually enjoy that's really what's hitting him. A good meal shared with others who also enjoy it. And so he happily feasts down and then asks for seconds, and maybe thirds if there are.
Yeah, Sola gives him these seconds and actually pulls out a little notebook and starts to make a note of it. She's like, this is the first time I used time, actually. I heard about it, found some on the island. She pulls out some dried thyme that she dried herself.
He kind of, it's actually a little bit funny. To a certain degree, I've been forced to cook for myself as we've traveled, though. A lot of the times, finding herbs and understanding which ones make a good meal was something I didn't know. In a way, me fighting and protecting Amari Village, they always delivered the best things as a tribute, I guess, of some sort. Thank you for helping them.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that makes sense.
In their own way, they sort of babied me into cooking, so I've had to learn that as I traveled. He kind of takes another bite. Nowhere near as good as this.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Sola actually gets a bit of like a look on her face as she thinks back on Amori Village, and he mentioned trading like some of their own goods to him, and she gets a bit of a confused look on her face.
Something wrong?
Oh no, it's just I couldn't remember what was so. She sighs, thinking about it, and pulls out her notebook again and notices the page missing.
He stops a bit, and he thinks about just what she said. It's mine. He
Sorry, what?
reaches in and pulls out a note and passes it forward. Mine.
So Sola picks it up. She goes, "Oh, Min!"
Min. Oh, that. Oh. Hey, you got it. That's how you say it. Okay.
Min. Oh, how could I? Okay, yeah. This was why I went to Amori Village. I heard about this herb. It's really remarkable, actually. Oh, I'd love to have some again.
Is that from your notebook?
Yeah, actually. It must have gotten ripped out when I washed the shore. Sola scratches her head.
Did it look like there was any water damage on it?
No, actually.
He kind of leans over. Sasha, something seem off about that to you? Take a look at that page. Try to figure it out.
She thinks. Wouldn't the rest of the book be damaged too? Sasha thinks about that for a bit, but you look at Sola's face and like a look of contentment actually seems to spread over it. Having returned something that was lost.
Oh! Yay!
But there is a certain oddity there. You think about it a bit, but Sola seems content for the moment.
He nods his head. And then keep it in the back of your mind.
Okay.
But The most important thing right now is making sure you're full of food and good drinks. Water, I think. He kind of like looks at the pitcher and pours more out for himself.
You guys have an absolutely delightful meal. Tastes great. What do you want from That's Ratting the cooking?
Eating cooking today has made him realize the importance of sharing things with friends.
Oh.
He remembers that now. He always knew that, but it's something he internalizes a bit more. And what's one thing he enjoys more than combat? That's rad and understanding. Yes, I will learn to share my fighting with others. Probably learning some form of dual tech with that.
That makes sense, but you finish up your meal and you feel closer to these people afterwards, as a good meal will do. Adeline? Sola, thank you so much for that. It tasted so good.
I'm sorry I haven't gotten to cook more for you yet.
It's okay. You were doing something important. You were exploring the caves and building this really cool house.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's really cool.
He lets those two talk a bit. Just kind of catch up. He takes a bit left of his plate and walks on over with like a fork, and he's like, "Open your mouth."
She just does. She's still looking at the goat.
He feeds her a bit of the food while she's there. He feeds them a bit of the food.
They do not.
They're just going at it.
Mm-hmm. They don't react visibly at all as they are fed. They just continue watching this goat.
Yeah. He keeps just feeding them over that period of time while letting the other two talk.
So, things have gone really good on the island. Noctua washed up yesterday, and we've already made it all the way here. There's a lot of monsters, or were a lot of monsters out on the sunflower fields.
It sounds like it's taking good care of you. But, you've been taking good care of yourself, too.
Aw. she perks up a little bit. Thank you. I think, we haven't found a way off of the island yet, but we're looking. Could you help us out?
Of course. It's what I'm working on right now, anyway.
Oh, is there... She thinks back. These caves seem pretty big.
Yeah, I've only gone through, like, a part of them.
Oh.
If you guys want to come down with me, we can see if we can get a little further in my exploration.
Oh, okay. Are there more monsters?
Oh, yeah.
She...
Would you feel okay coming along, or do you want to stay behind?
She thinks about that. I don't know. Hold on. Turns around. Noctua, there's monsters. There's like a lot of them.
He kind of stops.
Yeah.
He's keep looking. Ooh, good. That sounds like it'll be a fun time.
You turn away for a second as Silver God's like lips and mouth travel sideways to chomp at something that isn't there.
Patience. He's not. Yes. Whenever you'd like to go, let's take a look deeper into the caves.
Yeah, if you want to take a look at that weapon pile over there, Silver God's been just throwing a lot of stuff at me.
Ooh, he takes a look over that. Yes, one moment. He again returns the fork over.
Continues chewing. Yeah, Solo's great because like a lot of people, I ask them what kind of weapon they want. Oh, that's very good. And they tell me like, oh, I want this thing that I'm incredibly used to. Like, I want a big sword or something that reminds me of the weapon I used to train with. But Sola's, she's willing to pretty much pick up whatever I throw at her. You look at the pile a little closer. There is some absolutely ludicrous weaponry resting there. There's an axe that is a sword on the hilt side. There's like a shovel that seems to be multi-headed. Like, all of this weaponry is just comical. Did you know? When Sol arrived here, she's the only other person that actually took me up on my offer of a fight.
Oh, really?
Yep. And,
Did she beat you?
well, I actually ripped her arm off and she proceeded to beat my ass with it.
Good times. That's my favorite part. When my arm comes off, everyone gets so surprised, and then I just hit them with it.
We weren't able to fully conclude the fight, but maybe someday.
You gotta think about that a little bit. Ooh. Seems like you have bad luck on that front.
I always hit that problem point of well, I say always. It's happened twice so far, but I've hit that problem point of meeting people who are strong enough that I gotta go all out. And if I go all out, I'll break the crystals that are keeping me safe here, or I'll burn something down, or I'll just, I don't know what'll happen.
Tell you what then. If I find a place on the island that's good enough that it won't break apart if you go all out, I'll let you know.
Yes, and once we make it off the island, all bets are off. Like,
I don't know if I want to wait that long, quite frankly.
Oh, understandable. But it's like you said before, patience. She takes another bite.
That was a lesson that someone else taught him, and he remembers it and crawls under their staring contest and goes over and takes
Yeah, you take a look at this big pile of weapons for a while, and time sort of passes by. Finally, the Silver God hops up after the goat blinks exactly once after an hour and a half of staring. And the thing is, they don't make a big show of it. They don't even seem that proud of themselves. They just accept it simply as a matter of course, hop up and then walk over.
Of course, they're a god. Why wouldn't they win?
And the goat just walks over and starts chewing on the edge of your fur wrap.
Stop.
Wow. When do we stop by my place on the way out of here?
Sounds fair to me. He kind of steps up, pats the goat again.
You,
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Sasha nods.
Sola puts out a little food for the goat. She's like, now, if you want some food, it's right here, but you're a free spirit. You can go wherever you want, but, you know, I'll be happy when you show up again.
Noctua looks at, like, the corners of the rug, which look like they've been bitten at a bit.
That goat is simply incredible.
I love that goat. I want to take that goat everywhere with me.
You all take a second to appreciate the goat, and you head back to, this area of the cave. Sorry, I'll ping you again.
No problem.
This map's huge.
It is. It's good, though.
And Silver God walks straight ahead. Okay, my place is over this way. You walk down and past an improbably placed gigantic pink tree. And like that, you enter a place that's very familiar. It's exceptionally similar to the first.
Yeah.
So, welcome.
He kind of looks at this place and just kind of like, I've only known you for about a day, and yet I can say that this fits your aesthetic rather well.
Thank you, I moved in for a reason. If you're wounded at all, motions over to the hot spring. Both of you took a bit of damage.
He's already walking towards it. He was already going there. He just kind of steps on in, once again discards the fur coat and just lays into the hot spring.
Silver God sits down in front of the anvil and just looks pleased with themselves. Sasha Sasha runs over. I don't know how they got set. They were, doing mental math. They were with us all yesterday. How have they set up?
Sola, like, her eyes crossed for just, like, less than a second. And she's like, I don't think about it.
Okay. Noctua, you're healed back to full.
Excellent. He enjoys just a little bit of springtime as he just leans back and then steps on out real fast. Oh, fantastic place, Silver God. He kind of looks. But I can say after spring, I'm down for two things almost always: fighting and fighting, I guess. Yeah.
Looks at Sasha, blinks.
Sola.
Yeah.
He kind of like, well, I think I want to explore this cave a bit more. I'm quite content with doing it myself, unless you'd like to come along. I also thought of a fun challenge that I might want to do, but first I need to do my job here.
Well, I was here first, so I'd say you're coming along with me.
He stops it and bows. I suppose you're right. I thank you for allowing a guest to take a tour of your fine estate.
Oh, well, don't mention it.
In return, I have a gift for you. Last night, are you aware of the dragon that was flying overhead?
No. Oh,
There was a
no.
dragon
What?
in the sky.
What?
Yesterday, I ripped it in half. And he stops again. It didn't die, but instead split into two singular entities. I propose after this we have a little race. One went to the north side of the island, the other to the south. Perhaps we should race and see which one can get the other first. After all, reading them run around so angry like that would be a bit unfortunate.
So Sola like turns a little red. She's like, I can't believe I missed that! And she like goes over and dunks her whole head into the hot tub.
Yeah,
You're healed
that's
back
why
to
I'm
full.
telling you about it. Oh, I see. A fellow hot spring enthusiast. He kind of laughs, and then, why do you think I'm telling you about it? It's not too late. You could race me before I take them both out myself, like I intended.
Oh yeah. No, that's great. That sounds awesome.
Like, they crawl up and lean over on the crates. I can't help but feel a little left out right now. How about this? If you're both going after those creatures, I'll forge each a weapon capable of killing them. If you can beat them with the weapon I make, then I'll be a little satisfied too.
He kind of thinks about that. Oh, very well, but you'll owe me one.
Why?
Because he's like, well, I'm getting a nice tour of a mansion from this, so I should get something in return for that. Well, I suppose I could keep the weapon. So
she has this moment on her face of like you can read the expression clearly, like you should be honored to receive a weapon from the Silver God internally, blah 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 blah, and then just very well. Yes, I suppose. One favor.
I see. I'll pocket that.
Sits back down. I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna make something absolutely special for both of you.
Oh, I'm excited. Sola walks up to Noctua and she's just like, Silver God has made me so many different weapons. They're all awesome. And then they even started making me some like kitchen appliances, which I have never seen before, which is help me cook faster. It's great.
That's incredible. I gotta start thinking of something. I wonder if... He thinks, I could probably make some interesting stuff. I need to expand my mind a bit. Perhaps they'll create something truly... Maybe I should ask for a kitchen appliance. That could be a worthy trade.
You think to yourself as Silver God gets to work, sort of like a fire lit behind their eyes. They look actually extremely excited at this idea. So, I'm gonna bring us to loading screen. Take whatever break you want. The next bit's gonna be fighting and exploring. So
hell yeah, it's
take a
long
sec.
fights.
Yeah, take a sec if you need it. And here is the question.
Yes.
Are you guys feeling exploring with just the two of you, or do you want to take Sasha with? It's ultimately up to you.
Monichi, we should take the girl with us. It's just we just should.
Are you feeling that?
I tasted a single moment of the double Sasha trainee dynamic, and it's good. It's good. I want to see it more.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. So, you guys are gonna do
It's
that.
like
so...
a family outing to the beach, but violent.
Hey, Sasha, look over here. No, Sasha, look over here.
That's... Oh, I'm excited for that. Yeah, no, when you put it that way, absolutely. Okay. So, yeah, take whatever time you need, and then we'll get started. Let's give it like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm having a lot of fun playing with you, Monichi.
Yeah, me too.
You guys have really good dynamics, just immediately. It's so nice. I'm gonna be right back for 2 seconds. Just use the bathroom.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'm back. I stand alone upon this empty break. Silent Angie boy, I'm not alone. That's right. Friendship. Oh no. Oh no. Oh wait, no. Maybe we can talk. Maybe we can hang out too. I'd be very happy with that. Got $5, yeah? I got $5 for you. Noctua, I want my $2. Give them to me now. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm
We're
back
just
too.
talking about the $2 Better Off Dead reference.
Yes, I was.
I love that I
Yeah.
came back to that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, if you two are ready, I'm ready to continue on.
Okay.
Let me just jam layer you. Okay. Let me get the cave theme playing again. This is great, by the way.
I just want to take a moment to say, this game is so fucking relaxing and fun.
It's shockingly chill.
I just feel like I'm screaming like a madman, but meanwhile I'm leaning back on my chair. I'm so comfy. It's just so nice.
You know what else is nice?
What else is nice?
Big combat.
Field time.
Field
Hell yeah.
combat time. You exit the Silver God's domain, and the fire's crackling behind you. They're apparently going nuts on whatever like weapons they're creating for you. Apparently, you demanding a favor of from them changed their engagement with the process, and now something heinous is being developed behind
hell
you.
yeah.
But that's an issue for later. For the moment, there's a lot of cave out in front of you.
He steps forward a bit then, moves past. Alright. So, Sola. He continues moving a bit. We don't have to wait for the dragons to have something of a competition.
Oh.
Tell me about this cave. What sort of threats lie within here? If we can even call them that.
There's a lot of like out in front of you, Sola. You've spent a long time like moving through these tunnels, and there's a few types of creatures down here, but mostly there are different shades that seem to be occupying like almost mining equipment. But deeper in, there seem to be these spectral wisps that cause the creatures to act ferociously. Your best guess is whatever that inky, splotchy creature you encountered was, it's agitating creatures across the entire island, and this is its lair, so only makes sense that the creatures down here are the most agitated.
I don't fucking trust that wisp. It probably has a gaping maw version.
Yeah, so like there's some shades and all that fun stuff. That saw a few of them outside, but they're really agitated in here for some reason. Which, as I mentioned, I think it's because of that slime thing, sludge.
Okay. Well, you gotta think a bit from there. If they're agitated, let's calm them down a little bit.
By smashing their faces into the ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah!
You say, as you both get fired up, I'm gonna need you to stop right there.
And actually, yeah, before we move up, before we finally move into that stop, Sola, tell me, how do you fight? What is your primary method of attack?
I punch, they drop.
Interesting. He pulls out a bow. Have you ever used this before?
A little bit, actually. I haven't used the bow as much as some other hand weapons.
He takes off his bow and quiver and hands it on over to you. He gives them to you.
Oh.
That's my bow, treat it well. And then he cracks his knuckle. Let's trade. That sounds fun.
All right, she hands him a
spear. Noctua, you pick up a spear. Sola, you pick up a bow. Let's do this. You guys. Oh boy. Okay, so give me that roll to die immediately. Let's fucking go.
All right. Yes!
You knew
Turning
it was
the music
coming.
up. All right, there we go. Good. Let's see. Ah, perfect. Blue 1. I'm going in pridefully with that. I'm going to show them my true strength.
Okay. So, Sola, you've got a 14, 15. Noctua has the blue 1. Okay, Sola, you go first.
Okay, Sola just starts bolting down the cave. She's like, hey, Sasha, take a look at this! She like runs down. And then she aims the bow and arrow towards this one here.
Excellent. Okay, give me a roll to do. Okay, excellent. It's gonna get a roll to die. Okay, it does not beat that. So, give me a description of how you hit this thing with a bow.
She notches 2 and then manages to fire them both into the eyes.
Thunk, thunk! This thing hits the ground immediately. Noctua!
All right, Noctua moves on forward and very similarly, Sasha, watch the true power of a champion, willing to use all weapons. He moves over in this direction. And then with the spear, he's going to extend out and stab this red one here.
Okay. So you're blue, it's red?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And let's go. That's a 1. With that
Okay.
Oh, it's 17. Oh, boy.
Let's see if it wins.
God, don't turn off my ping.
Oh! So, it does not win. You manage to strike it in the side of the head, and that is 8 damage. So yeah, you strike it in the side of the head and flip off its little helmet. Almost direly confused, it stumbles around and falls over. Noctua's wheel activates.
Mm-hmm. And with that in mind, I then turn over and move directly in to attack this one.
Okay, excellent.
And let's see how that goes. Bam. Okay.
Okay, so for this one's significantly bigger. But in this case, I believe the order is blue beats red, but blue does not beat yellow. So yeah,
No.
You're going to sweep in and whack this one, and let's see if it manages to beat you. So this one actually still does not actually. Looking at the math.
Yeah, big D20 roll.
Yeah, big D20 roll. So you swing in and tell me how you beat this one.
So, I kind of stabbed indirectly at this, and going in from the side, instead of stabbing this one, I more kind of like trip its leg up and kind of use it a little bigger, a little chunkier, let it fall over and smack into the floor.
Okay, this one thunk rolls over across the ground, and it comes to a halt almost immediately at your feet. These 4 are going to rush forward and attack Sola, all of them with pickaxes. So, Sola, we're gonna do a bunch of clashes. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
I should have attacked them. There are 4 reds. Wheel keeps a rolling.
So, first one. Give me a roll to do versus this. That is a crit.
Oh.
You win. Okay, so holy shit, you just rolled high. So here's what's gonna happen. You two basically clash. You managed to use the bow to like parry this guy. Let me know immediately how you strike this one back, despite him getting a critical strike.
So when he goes forward, Solo uses the weight of his attack to grab him and just hurl him into the other ones.
you toss this one over, sending it scattering across the ground. Give me another clash for the next guy. Another roll to do. Okay, let me know how you beat this one down.
As that one ducks, as she tosses the other one, she kicks it from below and sends it flying up, and then uses an arrow and slams it into its face.
You stake it to the ceiling. Next. They roll. Oh my god. Oh, holy crap. Okay. Tell me how you beat this one.
Sola, just kind of drops, she doesn't drop the bow, but she like puts it to the side and just runs up and punches it like into the wall.
It goes flying backwards, hitting one of the trees. It sticks through its porous body, and it just hangs limp right here. Finally, the last one swings over with its pickaxe.
Oh.
Oh, it should have a +3 on that.
12.
Oh.
Wow.
12, wow.
Wait, did I just roll 30 again?
Oh, yeah, you just rolled 30 again! Tell me what you do to this one!
She hooks its head within, like, the bow and swings it around in a, like, cyclone. And then releases it.
You send it flying over this way. Noctua, this thing whizzes past you, actually. Meanwhile, all of them are going to get to do their things.
Okay.
This one is going to take aim, even though it's in the caves. It has a little crossbow, actually. Very advanced. So, clash with this.
Okay, will do.
God.
I see. I'm clashing with it, eh? Well,
You are.
I understand.
Tell me how you stop this thing from shooting you and kill it.
Oh. I will move on over, and basically while it's coming in there, I reach my hand, grip the crossbow, and just kind of like lift it out of its hands, or kind of push it up as it fires, and it goes straight into him.
Thunk! Falls over backwards. This one takes its shot.
Alright, let's clash again.
These ain't no calamaris.
No. I was expecting you to get a 19 the moment you said that. Anyways,
Yeah.
he is still holding on to the crossbow when that shot comes, and he
Oh, he
fails.
gets a hit.
He is a
Yeah.
Kawamori. So what happens is Noctua raises up to fire the crossbow, but he remembers. He made a decision here. He drops the crossbow to the ground, and his moment of hesitation means that he gets shot.
Yeah, you get shot in the shoulder for 12 damage.
12 damage. It had 6
It
damage.
had 6 damage, doubled because of Clash.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you get shot in the shoulder for 12. It fucking hurts. It hurts so damn much.
Ah!
Then this one's going to rush over and attempt to hit you. Give me
I'm
your.
locked out of blue, so let me.
You are not locked out of blue.
Oh,
They
no?
have decided to not.
Oh, okay. I see.
Give me your roll.
You die.
Roll to die. Okay, this one runs over and swings his pickaxe at you. What do you do?
I kind of angry. I just like shove him back with a lot of force from my hand, like a palm strike, to knock him away because I'm fucking mad now.
You're fucking mad now. He stumbles backwards. This one's going to run up with a bomb and chuck it at you.
I see.
Roll to die.
Mining
God.
satchels, huh? Assholes.
Okay, tell me how you stop this bomb from hitting you.
As it comes up, I basically whack it with the force of my hand over to this side, and it's just gonna blow up harmlessly in between our ways.
And you knock the bomb away with ease, and finally the last one's going to chuck a bomb at you as well.
Alrighty. Oh, that should have a bonus, right?
It should. It's going to have a plus, it's +5, so 15. Beat a 15.
Ooh.
You don't? Okay. You hear a call, Noctua, watch out! And you whip around, noticing that there's bomb coming from this direction as well, and you slap it away and down the tunnel where it detonates harmlessly. Okay,
Nice.
Everybody reset.
Alrighty.
Let's see. I like this. You guys just take off in opposite directions.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gotta do blue. Well, did I? Okay. Noctua, go.
Alright. Noctua moves over to the side and, hey, got another one of those? He reaches over and punches this thing in the face as it's pulling out another bomb to light it. He didn't light the bomb. It's just going to drop conveniently over here with a little persuasion of the way Noctua punches. He's cheating.
Oh, are you gonna special this guy?
Yes, I'm going to special.
Okay. Excellent.
I
So
like to blow these guys up, and I'll lock out as many dies I need to.
that'll be just one since it's hitting 3 additional targets.
Okay.
3 is my cutoff point. If you go beyond 3, you gotta do 2.
Okay. So yes, he let me roll now then. Ooh.
Okay. So this is a clash. What to do? Doink, 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 doink. Still doesn't win. Damn. Okay. Nice. So yeah, you send the bomb tumbling away, and it rolls at all of these things' feet. Give me roll to do for each of them.
Alrighty. We'll go with the red one first.
Okay. Red one. Beat a 15.
Done. We'll go with the blue one now.
Blue one next.
Done. Barely.
Done. Oh my god.
And now the yellow
And
one.
Clash.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Nice.
So he punches this one, knocks him down, and the other 3 blow up accidentally.
Yeah, the bomb rolls away and they detonate. You lift the spear up again and you're like, I gotta factor that in next time.
Yeah.
And you look further down and you hear other creatures scrambling away down there. However, Sola, you're up next.
Sola turns her head. Hey, Sasha, how you doing back there?
I'm doing great. Which one should I follow?
Atta girl. She runs forward.
Okay.
Sola looks ahead and sees this one down here, and she goes to fire some more of those arrows as she's running forward.
Okay. This is a clash.
Okay.
Oh, this one rolled good.
Oh no.
Okay, so you fire the arrows at this one, and it just buckles down and fucking charges you, knocking you over.
Uh-oh.
You lose your swing, and you take 9 damage. Yeah, so you're at 21 now.
Noctua
Hey,
follows
that
up.
wasn't nice.
Noctua follows up on the thing from before. Sasha, go follow her. I'm winning right now after all. You should give her your watchful eyes assistance.
Noctua pridefully states. She looks over.
Taking more
okay.
damage than her.
Noctua having been shot and bleeding. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's go. It's going to follow up and give you a whack. You get to roll to die. Doink. Beat a 19 once you lock in something in order to avoid the big smacky. Let's see. That is for you, Sola.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, this guy gets to follow up. That was your attack.
Okay. Sorry, I was like looking over in the other
Yeah.
corner of the map. I'm like, okay, what's happening now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's happening over there? So this guy gets to follow up. Oh, roll to die for me, actually,
Oh, okay.
since you've been knocked out of your color. And you can't beat that. So they roll forward and whack you over the head for another 9 damage with their pickaxe.
Wait.
It hurts. You get actually no. Sashi yells, "Watch out!" and you manage to just duck to the side. I'm gonna return that 9 HP. You guys all reset at the start of your turn.
Alrighty.
Let me. Okay. Basically, Noctua, feel free to run to the next pack. Don't worry about movement too much.
Yeah, Noctua immediately darts forward and sees this next pack, and he notices that there's 2 directions there.
Yeah.
And he foresees an alternative where he will be surrounded, and so instead he whacks the spear at this point.
Yeah.
Well, actually, let me see how he approaches, because
Yeah, everybody give me them rolls to die.
Let's see.
Start of a new act.
Ooh, there's a mighty big blue there.
There is mighty big blue.
You know what? Because of the mode he's in and everything like that, he foresees an alternative where he could click this crystal and draw them into an enclosed space, the spot where a spear is most useful, a tight corridor. But instead, he decides he will prove himself in this instance as a superior spear combatant, and he steps into the center and yells to both groups, "Come, face me!" And he
Oh,
raises
boy.
the spear down and prepares to fight both of them at once.
Okay,
Oh,
so
boy.
do you want to go after some of them have closed the distance? Or would you prefer to go
Yeah.
now?
I'll wait till some of them close the distance.
Okay. So the red ones get to go first. They'll go like that. This one will take a second longer. This one will take a second longer. So you got 3 red attacks coming at you.
Alrighty.
Let's do. Beat this. Oh.
Okay. Alright.
Easily done. Just tell me how you dodge it.
As they come on in, he comes with the pickaxe, and he just kind of raises up the spear and catches the wood part of the pickaxe and the wood part of the spear, and just kind of kicks him back a little bit.
Okay, you create some distance. Beat that.
Oh, that's a little harder. Done it.
Oh, done. Easy.
And as the other one starts coming in, he kind of jerks back a bit, like almost threatening him with the spear edge. He kind of causes some distance as the other one comes in. There's just not enough room for him to close in behind. I'll start rolling for the last one.
Yeah, roll for the last one.
And as
Easy.
the last one attempts to approach as well, he then brings the blunt in, the back of the spear, and he kind of brings it around to whack him back too as he repositions the spear. And, can I go now?
Yes.
All right. So, he then, in this position, raises the spear and prepares to sweep it to cut all 3 of these. However, I'm going to do this in the style of Noctua's wheel. I'm going to cut this one first.
Oh, okay.
Basically, I'm going to keep cutting them. And if I get another turn, it's another
Yeah.
person I managed to cut through with the spear.
Okay,
So,
fun. So it's
first
not even
one.
special. First one.
Nope.
Easy.
Second one.
Easy. Noctua does
Third
not roll
one.
below.
Oh!
Noctua does not roll below 15s. Okay. Narrate this for me.
All right. So, as he steps back, with a great fury, he spins the spear in his hand, and the sharp end almost seems to cut through the sashes around each of their heads, slicing through with such fury that it doesn't even stop as the force cuts through the first 2. As it goes through the last one, it almost dips down, catches him, and he reaches forward and tosses him at this one with the crit, as like just basically launching forward. And with that, I'd then like to use the last one to then attack him.
Yeah, go.
All right, and continuing from there.
Okay.
That works then.
Whack, whack, you knock these 2 over. They go tumbling backwards across the ground. Wheel.
Wheel. All right. Let's see. He could probably get to the last red one, so
You can.
I'm gonna manage to get here, and then with that, I'm going to whack into that guy.
Okay. You come in and you whack this guy.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Well
No. So he goes in, and with a stab, he then pierces this one using the momentum to his advantage. He goes into this one, and then while stabbing through, he turns And the last thing he'll do is he puts his foot on this one and kicks him out of the spear, knocking his body straight back into this one with immense force.
Okay, and that would be your final attack?
Yes.
Now that, yes, okay. Okay, this one might actually be you, though.
Maybe.
Okay, 15. It does not.
All right.
So, yeah. You managed to slam into this one, sending it off balance. It tumbles backwards. And, then all of these ones are going to finally turn on you, having blown up a good 5 of them. You spin the spear around and balance it. This thing is like, yeah, that was a 6-person kill streak, Noctua. You're like trying to get used to the balance of the spear. You're not used to using these things because your big chunky body actually you're used to carrying shockingly heavier weapons, and a bow takes a lot of power to use, etc.
Yeah.
Like a spear is kind of good though. You're getting the vibe for this. Like, if you trained with it, you could probably be a natural with this thing. And these two come around the corners and they're gonna both fire crossbows at you.
All right. These clash.
They do. First.
All right. So let me roll this one.
Yeah. Oh.
Double.
Okay.
Let's double it up then.
Yeah.
Good. Oh no.
Oh boy.
Double
Noctua, my
Noctua.
dude.
I'm so fucking good at the spear. I'm invincible.
I'm fucking invincible. You got.
I guess
Turns out they can't roll for shit though. So, Noctua, something strange actually happens. You feel like, yes, I've crit failed, but still, I've absolutely botched this. My pride has undone me for a second. But then the crossbow bolt flies at you and you're like, wait, no, I'm awesome. But something changes actually. This little creature floats through the air and then flies, slams itself into the back of this sprite, and then it glows with a sort of energy.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll hit. So, Noctua, you take this creature. You having crit failed, escalated a clash twice. You're going to take so much damage, it's unreal.
Oh boy.
Noctua, this thing glows with an almost ethereal fury, fire pouring from its eyes and the sides of its overalls. The crossbow bolt flies, hits you, strikes your shoulder, and just blows a section out of it. Take a wound immediately.
Ooh, yeah.
The amount of damage is 5 plus 4, 9, 9 doubled and then doubled again. Yeah,
27?
you take
No,
36.
36, yeah, okay.
You take
that's
36 damage in a single attack as your fucking shoulder is just blown apart.
Oh, no, I guess we'll roll to die now.
Yeah, roll to die, choose which stat's wounded.
Alright, well, first let's see.
That guy's a pretty big deal.
Back. That was a pretty big deal.
That guy's a pretty big deal. What's wounded?
Let's go with... I'm going to say red, because his pride's a little wounded. Also, he's angry.
That makes sense. Okay, so hit that wound button at the top, and then lock out your red. Back to a locked red. Excellent. So, next one, though. Clash again.
Okay.
Just don't crit fail, Noctua. That's a 17. You beat this one. Tell me how you turn this attack back on him.
After being blown back by that and shocked out of this, Noctua releases a loud, rage-filled scream as he then closes the distance very quickly. Moving... I don't know if he has movement for that, but...
He would. You've gained enough extra turns at this point.
Fair. He moves back in with a fury to him, and he goes in and stabs this one straight through with the spear.
Okay.
And then rips it back out, tearing the clothes apart on this thing.
It lands on the ground completely inert. By the way, these two clash 2 more times.
All right, sounds good. Wait,
This is what happens
right.
when you pull
Yeah.
both groups.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a great idea. They just cheated.
Okay,
Like you.
so let me. Do you have a way of counterattacking this one from all the way over there with your spear?
So, let me see. What would he do? He takes the spear, and with great strength, he almost kind of like tosses it like a javelin and sends it straight into that guy.
You start to realize for a second. That's right. Spears are the oldest projectile in the world.
Yes. And I toss that way, tossing the spear straight into him from far away, and he needs another weapon. So reaching his hand to the left, he rips out almost effortlessly one of these crystals and turns it into a new spear.
Oh, that's fantastic. It impales this one and is stuck down and backwards. Meanwhile, this one over here.
And that was the other roll to die I rolled for clashing, which was 27.
Oh, yeah.
I rolled 31 and then 27 for my two
Dear
clashes.
Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Angie.
Yeah, so
The
tell
other
me what
one's
you do with this
preparing,
one.
and before he even fires this time, he tosses the second one like another javelin, and he starts tearing off more of these crystals, holding them at various sizes, but all of them generally long. All of them javelins and spears to use in this battle.
Stuck to the ground immediately. Noctua, you let out a roar. You're bleeding, but this is great. Meanwhile, over here, Sola, tell me what you're doing.
Alright, as like Noctua is releasing a roar, she's also releasing a roar against a single one, and she's just like, she's like, "All right, you're dead."
Oh, yeah! Oh, wonderful.
Well,
Roll to do.
yeah, there we
That's okay.
go. Okay, so she brings some arrows down, down on the top of its head, like just with her hand. She's not firing it. She's just like, "You're dead," and then she like stabs it through the head and then kicks it backwards.
It falls over completely inert. These ones down here are going to actually follow up. They start running forwards. This one's gonna take a shot at you, and something interesting happened. As this one collapsed, you noticed the color of every single one of the forged ones changed too. So this is now a clash. Give me a roll to do. Ooh, it rolled good for once.
Oh.
Ooh, excellent. It is going to take a shot at you. You get hit for a solid. You get hit for 12 damage as this one runs forward, picks up a discarded bow, takes a shot. Meanwhile, this one's gonna charge forward, and this little creature's gonna bury itself inside of him and change his color, and he'll take a shot as well. Clash again. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Sola.
Angie.
Yeah, Sola. This one's taking a shot at you, and you notice they're coordinating well and following up. You have this moment of singular purpose where you're like, "Oh yeah, I know how to use this thing." You pick up the bow. Tell me what you do.
So the other one was firing an arrow at her?
Yes, this one was firing an arrow at her.
So it fires the arrow at her, she snatches it and fires it back.
Thunk, slam, it hits the ground. You're like, "Oh yeah."
Don't dish out what you can't eat!
That's fucking great.
Oh,
These two charge down, and having seen this one stuck, you know what? They're gonna press their luck too. Give me 2 more clashes. Oh my God.
Okay.
Let's go with this. Do it again.
Oh no, that's against the first one.
Oh, right, yeah. Holy crap. Okay. Oh, hold on. You rolled 22 versus 22. Yeah, okay.
27 versus 22.
Oh, sorry,
then the
I
second
did my
one-
both
Oh,
of my
you did them
rolls
both.
too.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
you're right. Yeah, okay. Let's do that then. Oh no.
Oh, the other
So,
one is-
so here's what happens. The first one you clash and win with. Let me know what happens to this guy back here.
Oh, back there. Okay.
Yeah, this one takes another crossbow shot at you. They're just aiming to light up this corridor.
Sola runs forward and knocks the crossbow shot aside with the bow, and just like kind of like knocks it out of her way, and then jumps up and just jumps on top of them and stomps them.
Yes,
Yeah,
you just compress this tin can in an instant, and then you notice this guy's taking aim too. Thunk, the shot flies at you. You also beat this one. Let me know how you get that.
She once again grabs the bolt and just holds it there for a second, and then she's like, "This is really the best you can do," and then she like walks up and like chokes it with its scarf.
You completely just like you wrap its scarf around, pop the helmet out, and it collapses on the ground. Noctua.
Yes.
You got all the characters with yellow are going to rush you, except something's changed about these other two. So first of all, give me some rolls to die versus this.
Alrighty.
You still win. Tell me how you stop this thing from throwing a bomb at you.
I just kind of whack it like a baseball bat with the spear
Okay.
with one of the crystals.
You knock it away with the crystal. Tell me how you... Here, let's go versus this one. Good God, roll higher.
For the second one, he
Yeah.
just tosses like one of the smaller crystals. It's not really good. You just had to like toss it, think fast at this guy, which distracts him from tossing a bomb.
And then these two close in, pick up some of these discarded crossbows. They're gonna fire.
Alrighty. Let's roll to die then. Roll to do.
Roll to do versus them.
One's done.
All right. And then let's go with the other.
Alright, let's try that. Oh!
Oh! Tell me how you beat both of these.
So, this is how. Noctua, I'm gonna lock. Okay, yeah. I'm going to. Can I make this a special flash or?
Like,
Can I use,
how
like-
so?
So when these guys are gonna fire, Noctua would like to grab this one and use him as a shield with one hand. It is a great feat of strength, but I would lock out Yellow because it's also a little cheating. And basically, I'd make an attack against him and see if I could do that.
Oh yeah, give me a roll
I'm
for
gonna
that.
clash with him. Yeah, I'm gonna clash with him and see what I can do. Oh.
Oh yeah, no go.
So he lifts him up and uses him to take both shots, and then tosses him back at these and makes just a huge clashing, like pile, like a ball with even these miners as all of them just stumble over each other.
It was the blue one up top, right?
Yes.
Okay, they all impact and roll together into a ball backwards. You feel
Landing on
accomplished.
this pin cushion almost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody reset.
Alrighty.
Let's see.
And let's roll to die. I'm locked out of red because I'm wounded, so
That makes sense.
let's see.
I hit yellow for you by accident. You get to choose.
No, it's fine. I did want yellow, actually.
Okay, you go first.
Alrighty, so Noctua is going to step up to this one. It's gonna fucking. Wait, no, I couldn't use yellow because I would be locked out for that first one. I have
Oh
to go
yeah,
into
you're right.
blue.
You gotta go.
And
blue.
I will unlock now though, so let me
Yeah.
let me keep blue from that. Alright, alrighty. So, with that, he thrusts in with the spear. There's only two left, so he is going to beat their asses.
Okay. Roll to die. He is going to beat their asses. You stab them with the spear. They
Yeah.
fall over.
A crystal spear stabbing through. I'm gonna lock out my last one to do special attack, and then with that in mind, I just kind of pull out and use the momentum to toss this like a javelin into him, defeat my
Okay.
last opponent. I
Okay.
gotta roll against him as well, I think.
Yes.
All right.
God!
stands and
Noctua
breathes.
does not roll lower than a 15.
Not when he's
it's a
angry,
one.
unless he's
Unless
double
it's
critting.
a 1.
That's the thing. He always double crits. It fails. He double crit fails whenever it happens. It's
Whack,
hilarious.
whack, whack! You stand over the pile, triumphant. Over here. This one is going to, let's say, yeah, that's pretty solid for it. Let's do that. Doink. This one's going to charge forwards at you, Sola. Roll to do for me.
Okay. Ooh.
Ooh. So this one's going to charge up and stab you for actually a pretty damn hearty you are going to take 10 damage from this guy. You get stabbed and you take a wound. Tell me what's wounded.
My pride. Let's see. Let's do yep.
Yellow, okay. I'll note yellow down on your character. Then this one's gonna rush over and is going to attack as well. Give me another roll to do. Oh, they're rolling good. Oh, and you're rolling bad!
Oh.
So,
She got a little cocky.
yeah, give me a roll to die, first of all, to determine your HP now. Since you did hit 0. We'll bring it back up. Okay, choose what you're keeping. You sticking with blue?
I'll do red.
Okay, so you swap to red. 17, so you're at 17 HP. Okay, it reels back with another crossbow. God, these things hurt. And you get struck in the shoulder. Ow. You retract for a second. Sola, your go.
Okay. So roll to do, which this is the only one that's
Yes.
Okay.
These two are up. That one and this one.
okay. So roll 2. Okay.
Ooh,
So-
easily. Tell me what you do.
Sola, after she gets hit in the shoulder, just like, ow, okay, no, that's mean. She turns around, and grabs it by the mask.
Yeah.
And just kind of like slams it up and down.
You shake it and completely mash it to pieces. Immediately you hear a call from behind you. Sola, do it again! Take another turn.
Okay.
Okay, roll to do. That's a 1.
Not do
Ooh.
it again.
Hey, you know what Sasha has saved up from not doing that before? She goes, she yells another bit of encouragement. Come on, you can do it! Give me a reroll.
Okay.
Let's see, okay, and then versus it. Roll to die. Doink, doink.
I think you
Not
did
quite
that.
enough. Okay, so, give me some narration on how you hit this thing.
Okay. With Sasha's call, Sola is reinvigorated. She's like, yeah, I can't look bad in front of the kid. She runs forward and uses the... Let's say she actually like grabs this one and smashes it into the crystals over.
You draw this back and completely impale the creature on the crystals. And
Hang over here for a second.
you leave it up there and you think, man, wonder how Noctua's doing with that spear. And Noctua, you're like, man, I wonder how Sola's doing with that bow. And you guys coincidentally rush into the same clearing at the same time, coming around the tree simultaneously.
Huh. He stops a bit, and then he turns, and he arcs up his crystal, and he tosses it past Sola and hits this thing.
Which one?
The little floating
Little
spirit
creature?
board.
Oh,
Yep.
You hit it, it dissipates.
Little bastards. Oh.
Sasha runs
Ah.
over.
He kind of touches his wounds a bit. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, we made it through there pretty fast.
Yeah. You gotta think. I left your spear. One moment. I had to toss it. You gotta
Oh.
goes back this way
Oh
and
my
steps
God,
over
there's
this large
so many over here.
Noctua smiles.
You guys beat up so many of them.
Oh, that's
lifts up the
pretty
spear.
impressive.
And then turns it around and hands it over by the shaft first.
Thank you.
Yep.
And here's your bow.
Thank you. He looks, sections quiver, and then just kind of like puts it back on. Whew. Well, he kind of checks his neck a little bit. Quite a lot of them in here. A good warm up, I'd say.
Yeah. Any chance you want to just like cool off in the hot tub?
He kind of thinks. He thinks. Oh, I was hoping she'd ask that. He nods his head. Yeah, sounds good.
You guys taking a trip back to the Silver God's house?
Yeah.
You
Maybe she'll be done with our weapons.
you go
So
back.
secretly like, he could use the hot tub. I'm gonna suggest it.
She could probably use it on. It looks pretty wounded right there,
You come back to the Silver God's house. So you guys have fun.
Yeah, he just like shouts behind. So how many did you manage to count? How many? I kind of lost track at a certain point.
Oh yeah, but bows are way more useful than I thought.
Yeah. he like sinks more into the tub with the increased heat. It's like ah.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Their skin slowly shifts over, turning more and more metallic. Sasha sits up on the crates.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice.
Sasha, you did really good out there.
Thank you. I did my best to keep watch.
You did?
Yeah, you watched my back.
Oh,
Did she? Good job.
yeah. Sola did really cool. Like 4 people attacked her at once, and she just one after the other. Bam, 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 bam.
That's the greatest. I love doing that.
Oh, I managed to get about 6 at once actually back there. He kind of just.
Hashtag humble brag.
Yeah. There was a lot more than that, but about 6 came at once. It was pretty interesting. Spears are quite interesting weapons. I managed to learn them pretty quickly, but I can see your mastery with them is truly impeccable.
Oh, she kind of like loses face for a second when she hears you just took out 6 at once. She's like, I can do that.
He hands over. He kind of like he already the spear's back there. Didn't bring it with him in the hot tub, but yeah, he's like
The spear always comes in the hot tub.
Yeah, it always does.
The spear gets a good soak.
Yeah, that's the. He again kind of focused in again. So, how'd the weapon crafting go? Still on it?
Still working on it. It'll probably take until tomorrow.
Yeah, we did finish those guys off real fast, actually, so that makes sense. They're a little deeper, though, in the cave. There should be something else, right? Something more than blue shades.
I mean, are you asking me or her?
No, I'm asking Sola, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, there were like some floaty things. I've never really seen them around too much. They're really showing up a lot now.
One of those popped in and got a real cheap blow on me. I don't like them.
Not gonna heal your wound.
Yes. Yes, let me roll the die so I can... No, just unlock that.
Yeah, they're a mischievous bunch.
Those creatures are strange. If you could capture one alive for me, I'd appreciate it.
Noctua thinks a perfect opportunity having passed. Yeah, if I see one without any friends, I'll do that. He kind of just leans a bit. Where'd you learn to punch that good, by the way, Sola?
Oh, you know, fists, first weapon.
You know, I can relate to that very well. He just kind of like, well, just seems to come natural. Just makes sense to me.
There's nothing quite like the rush of just going through it with your own fists.
I can understand that. I sort of feel that as well sometimes. Though, the bow has a certain quality that... It's a perfect weapon for me. A weapon which requires strength and cutting. It just fits like a glove. He turns over and kind of like turns his head back to Sasha. How does the sword feel so far? It'll be hard to know immediately, but does it feel right, or does you think you're still looking?
Honestly, the spear seemed pretty cool.
You want to try holding on to it for a bit?
Is that okay? Looks over to Sola.
Yeah.
walks up,
Of course.
walks over, takes the spear. It's so much bigger than her. Walks up,
Yeah.
tries to swing it. Her eyes are closed.
Sasha, eyes open. Also, try poking with it. The big thing is the advantage. If you want to swing a weapon, if that feels natural, the sword's good. Try poking at people with that one, though.
She changes her posture and starts to do like a jabbing motion.
Think of it like an
That's it.
extension of your arm.
Like an extension of my arm. Okay. Silver God looks down at their metallic arms. Maybe I'll try a spear someday.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be fun. You gotta think they say the same thing in the exact same line.
Both imagining their fights with.
Yeah.
Sasha continues poking and then runs back and then picks it up like a javelin and throws it across the cave and it tumbles across the ground.
Hey, that went far.
That did go far. Good job.
That little warrior.
She's just doing great. She's learned so much so quickly. Very, very. She's got a sharp mind on her.
XP.
He kind of turns over to Sola again. Have you been helping her for the week you've been here?
Until I came over to the caves, both Lexi and I went off to different areas to check them out and try to find a way off this island.
Who is this Lexi? That's the last person I haven't met. Do you know where they would be right now?
I brought him over to the coral reefs before coming back.
Ah, I see. He kind of thinks about that. Yes. I'd much prefer to meet them too. Are they, how are they? Who? He just kind of wonders.
Well, if you can imagine the exact opposite of Sola, then you've got him.
He kind of screws up his face a bit. Doesn't sound so much fun.
No, he's an intriguing guy.
Silver God moves over to you in the fucking hot spring and goes like, "Oh, did you hear that? He likes you." Floats back over this way.
It's just wasn't even thinking about it. It's just like, oh, that's nice.
You've got a great spirit to you, Sola. I much appreciate that aspect of you. I do not know you well, however, I can say that fighting along with you and both near you at one point, you've got a good spirit. Sasha was quite correct. I appreciate you quite a lot. He kind of thinks about that. In a way, this island only seems full of people I can appreciate in that way. So, I suppose this Lexi person, I suppose I will find something to appreciate about them as well.
Yeah, he's real smart.
Oh. He kind of turns over to Sasha.
I don't know. It's fun.
He kind of scoots up, and then with one hand each, he places a hand on both the Silver God and Sola's shoulder, and he's just like, if he's smart, that's something she could learn that she can't learn from us.
the entire tub of dumbass laugh. Meanwhile, Sasha in the background picking up the spear. Yep. And again, and then runs after it.
So looks back, and she looks back to Noctua. Maybe we might be having a bad influence.
He kind of looks. No way.
Yeah, that was dumb.
He stops a bit and turns over. Why do you think that?
I don't know. We're just lounging in a hot tub over here, and we have a child throwing around weapons.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
He's pretty good with it. Look, her eyes are even open.
That's an improvement.
He kind of steps up and steps out, and then he kind of stands next to her, And he kind of just helps Ryder's stance a little bit. And then talking to her real quick, we're going to go meet Lexi sometime soon after we clear up this cave.
That's exciting.
When we do, I'll make sure you can come along.
Oh, that'd be great. It's been a while since I've seen him.
You gotta thinks a bit about that a bit. Is Lexi your friend too?
Mm-hmm. She nods.
He kind of nods his head at that too. Well, if she knows it for sure, that means she asked and he said yes, so can't be too bad.
Yeah, he was actually here before me, Sola calls out. I almost decked him.
Oh. Kind of thinks about that too.
Please don't punch him. He will die instantly.
And how long was he here for, Sasha? Oh,
like 2 weeks before, I guess.
I see. He thinks 2 weeks. He scratches his head. And after taking the spear bit, he then holds the spear bit and he takes the spear. Just, can I take this for one moment?
She nods.
He starts to she shows off a few different moves that he was doing previously just to see if she could pick up on them. But then, while swinging it around a bit, he asks, "So, Sasha,
Yeah?
have you thought a bit about that note?"
The note? She tilts her head.
He kind of plants the spear's dull end against the stone and kind of looks down at her again. Yes. Back in there was a note that was ripped out.
Oh,
Give it any more thought?
Yeah. I don't know what to think about it, honestly.
He thinks about it as well, and then it's like, well, it seems the note itself. Let's see. He kind of thinks a little at himself, scratching his chin. It wasn't wet, so it didn't slip out. It looked torn. In fact, there were some parts of it that weren't written on, so...
That means somebody probably pulled it out, but I don't know why Sola would do that.
And Sola, you didn't pull it out?
No, I'm actually really glad to be reunited with it.
Seems that Sola didn't quite remember the name of it as well. Which means, if it wasn't lost randomly, and it looks like it was specifically torn out, and Sola's happy to have it back, definitely wouldn't want to tear it out herself, so... You think there's someone going around messing with stuff to make sure we can't see or remember certain things?
Sasha thinks about that. She almost seems to be a little upset by that thought. I don't want to be forgetting anything. There are a lot of days I don't remember. But I don't know if it's because they were boring days or because somebody was doing something. How would I
He kind of thinks a bit too. Think about it. We don't remember why we ended up back in your house earlier this morning.
That's true.
I think this island has a lot of that. He kind of thinks a little bit more and is like, well, okay. Which case, Sasha.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a responsibility that even I can't do.
What's that?
I'm going to need you to do your best to keep track of things around us and remember, okay?
Okay.
Keep those eyes of yours peeled and keep a good eye. Get your brain thinking on it.
Okay. She gets excited.
I'm sure your friend Lexi would be really proud of you if you were able to show off a cool thesis by the time we talk to them next.
Yeah. No, you're right.
He smiles and nods and kind of turns over to Sola. But he moves over and kind of tosses the spear back at her. I think we've got ourselves a little cave to finish exploring.
Of course. She hops out.
You guys get ready to resume exploring the cave. Silver God hops out too. And I've got some weapons to finish. That soak was a nice distraction.
Noctua takes up his bow again. And then as they're walking, good luck. I know they'll be the best weapons I've ever seen. They always are.
They smile at you and continue working. You head back into the caves. And I'm gonna just put you right back where you were, more or less.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you just port back over here. So, which direction do we go? Oh my god, there's so many. I forgot.
So, we can take a loop around here real quick, and then from there's a large path down.
Right.
Let's take a look. Or is this a cave further? That's a further point.
Yeah,
That's not
it
just a
loops.
loop.
It loops around. Literally, it's a
Gotcha.
spiral.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yeah, we're gonna go around and just take a look at this loop.
Sola, this is so exciting. It's an adventure.
Yeah, this is kind of like what it's like to be out in the open world.
Oh, I want to go.
We'll get you out.
Noctua kind of turns a bit. Seems there's plenty of adventure anywhere you go if you keep your eyes peeled for it.
Look at the mushrooms.
Oh, don't eat those.
Okay.
Kind of looping around a bit. Goes and pokes his head around. Okay.
You come up to an endpoint. Both of you, give me a roll to die.
Alrighty.
Is Sola's wound gone? Or...
Sola's wound
wait.
is indeed gone.
Oh, I realized I was locked into swing from last time. We both were.
That's fine.
Okay.
Combat ended, but like you can carry shit from combat forward, so it's
Yeah,
chill. Sola, you look around and Noctua, give me your roll too.
I did. It's right above.
Oh, 19. Okay. So, both of you start to look around and you come to this almost suspicious looking dead end. And you both are very experienced. You take a step forward, you take another step forward, and then you both start rapidly walking to the very end. And then you look straight up. And almost directly above you is there's like an opening point. Yeah, there's more light filtering down from straight above here. And the jagged sides of this rock wall actually could give you some way to climb up.
Ooh.
All right, Sasha,
It's a
get on my
climbing
back.
point.
Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Hold on. No. Who wants to carry? Okay.
It's fine. I'll clear the way just in case there's danger. He starts climbing.
You start climbing up. And as you do, you find your way out of a hidden hole.
He stops and then like, oh look, one right here. He then notices where they are. Right above their nose. Hilarious.
Ah,
Oh,
No.
Sasha like gets scared by the edge of the cliff for a second.
I might have actually gotten a glimpse up here when Silver God tossed me in the air.
Oh, really? He kind of checks this one. Well, He thinks, again, I'm not going to carry this one, but another nice one to just let them know about.
You discover another piece of Caligite, and by virtue of its discovery, when you let Silver God know, I might as well do it for you now. You feel they're going to appreciate that greatly, but you sort of survey the entire island from this little hidden overlook, and you start to realize, wow, this island's, it's big, but that cave system's huge. Like, putting space together. Up north, that's the entrance to the cave. You just walked under the entirety of the island. Back this way is the beach, which means the other path that cave system took leads directly under the water. And you look out and over more, and across the water is that coral reef.
Do we see anyone?
You don't see anyone on the coral reef. It's a little too far away.
He kind of steps out. Seems the cave system will bring us up to that reef. He then thinks a little bit more. Might be able to meet your friend quicker than we thought.
That'd be great.
You mean I didn't have to like destroy a boat to get over there?
No, I suppose not.
That's okay. I'm just glad we can walk.
He kind of like steps up a bit. Well then, let's go take a look and see about this little secret path.
You hop back down the hole.
Whee.
You 1, 2, 3. You all pile down. Sasha riding on your back. That was so fun.
Noctua is just smiling at this point.
She's having a great time.
Okay.
She has her little lantern out.
Yeah. How's that? He as they go, he just kind of like, so tell me now, Sasha, what do you think's going to be down that path we travel? What kind of big monster do you think we're gonna fight?
Well, if this thing's the lair of that big inky thing, then
Oh, connection's breaking up.
oh, is it on my end? Am I?
I think it might be on my end. Let me
I
refresh.
actually have a pop-up too.
Oh yeah, I got a pop up. Your connection to the server has been interrupted. Oh, I can see you again.
Yeah, I
Moving.
see everything.
Roll 20. Okay.
I refreshed, so.
Let me know when you're loaded.
I'm loaded.
Oh, okay. Sasha thinks. Well, it might be the lair of that big inky thing.
Ooh, I see.
Oh yeah, let's go after that.
Yeah. If we corner it in its lair, it might not be able to escape, lest it sink into the ocean. Maybe that does good for it. Huh. He starts to try to concoct something. Now, how will we stop that thing from escaping?
Punch it.
Maybe. He stops a bit and thinks, ooh, perhaps another idea. It always seems to resync around its eyes. We break them and it abandons them. Perhaps if we collect them, it won't be able to abandon them so easily.
Oh, okay. Alright, I can try that.
That's
Yes.
pretty clever.
When you punch it, instead of trying to break them, maybe just grab them and pull them back.
It's she
Mm-hmm.
Sasha like looks down. It's just like in the legendary stories. It's like when you fight a big creature made out of eyes, you take the eyes, right?
Yes, of course. It's he kind of thinks like, you seem to be quite knowledgeable of legends, Sasha.
She kind of looks down a little sad again. Yeah, legends are all I sort of read because the only books that are still like exciting.
I
Which
see.
is why I don't know. It kind of made me really sad when you said that thing earlier about there not being any champions anymore because like her entire face screws up. And then she looks very squarely at the two of you. To you, you can tell, both of you, you're legends to Sasha. I don't just want them to be a thing in the past, right? Like I missed meeting them. I'd be really sad if I was born too late to meet a legend or to be one.
He kind of nods his head. Yes. He thinks about that a little bit. I would be sad about that too. But luckily, he turns over. As I said in the second part, I speak of Ralji, and even then, they do still have need for champions of some kind. The number may sink, it may get lower, but even there, they still need heroes.
Yeah.
Besides, still plenty of places beyond that. He stops a bit.
I'm afraid while I'm here on this island, the world that I read about isn't gonna be there. I don't know.
Sola leans down and puts a hand on her shoulder and says, Sasha, there will always be strong people, and you are strong of heart.
She's like tearing up a little bit. You can tell she's like genuinely distressed, but that's helping her a lot.
Noctua kind of sits there and thinks about this to himself as well. And he sort of lets that drift around in his brain a little bit. Well, society may eventually run out of need for legends. I don't feel the world well, however. If you're afraid the world will move on, I don't think it ever truly will. Or, he kind of like moves up a little as well. You want to be a legend regardless of what the world thinks?
Nods.
And which is doable.
But
Or
I don't.
understand that if you wanted to be a legend for the sake of popularity, for fame, maybe that time's past. But that's not what you want, is it?
I just don't want the legends that help me to die either.
He thinks about that too. Yes. You could see that too. Sometimes. Some legends will fade. But they won't fade for you, after all. He kind of holds a bit there. Not if you let them. There will come a point where everything in the end must fade. It takes a strong, courageous heart to face that. And you don't have to just accept that. You don't have to accept it lying down, at least. You want to see those legends? Then perhaps it's time for you to leave this island and find them yourself.
She's gonna roll to die. Oh, bomb as hell. She gathers her courage, nods along, blinking away tears in her eyes, and looks at both of you.
Oh, eat.
Sasha's resolve is reformed.
He kind of like stops at that real quick.
He kind of stands up. Besides, a legend like mine won't simply fade away. No. Noctua himself, he kind of bellows laughing. Ha! Oh, I'd like to see the world try to get rid of me. He kind of like stands there. Even after I am dead and gone and the world has left me behind, I have clawed my way into the world's heart, and it shall not abandon me.
She just quietly nods along with you. She trusts you on that, for sure.
And then he kind of reaches over and again pats her hat. And if you're learning from Noctua, you'll be making another legend of your own like that, Sasha. I believe in that.
Her face is like, her eyes are puffy and red, but she's trying to go along with. She likes the sound of the words. The concepts are very complex for her, but she decides to believe you. Listen along.
Besides, he also is like, besides, it's no time worrying about the champions of the world and the state of change like that. You still got to become a champion yourself, don't you?
Nods determinedly. Yeah, you're right.
Once you've found that power in yourself, only then should you be worrying about what others seem to think.
There's always going to be a challenge to rise to.
Mm-hmm.
And it just depends which one is on your journey.
The challenge of history will be a fun one to conquer. It's just pretty intimidating, okay?
Yeah. Draws herself up and starts to walk forwards, and you notice she's put her lantern away, and this time she actually makes an effort to hold both of your hands.
Oh, this fucking
You
All right.
guys walk forwards. And I assume you're headed down this path.
Yes, we are.
Okay. And you go in that direction, and you come across something weird.
Ooh.
It's almost like you hop on a little rock, Sasha balancing behind you. Where'd all the seawater come from? You notice that the cave's leaking, actually.
Let's see. Under a reef, it makes sense.
Luckily, it's not so filled that we can't pass it, but... He kind of looks. The bloom shapes seem to have come in terms of something strange.
Yeah, you notice all the bloom shades around here seem to have been defeated already?
He kind of thinks about that. The boring solution would be that Lexi took care of them. But
sorry.
is he a wimp? Can he not fight?
I don't want to say he's a...
He's a wimp, isn't he? Oh, he's a wimp, isn't he?
He's a very capable person.
Mentally correct.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
All right, in that case, it must be something fun that took care of these. All right.
He leaps off the rock and lands in the water. And
start
turns
swimming.
around.
Give me a roll
Yeah.
to die.
All right. Okay.
Okay. It's some tough going. You're at full health right now. You'll take 5 damage just swimming through this, just from exertion.
Alrighty, sure.
Sola, you're fine. You can move through the water however you want. Sasha's like looking around like,
Sola, knowing this, just lifts up Sasha onto her shoulder. She's like, all right, kid, come on.
She balances on your shoulders as you start to walk through the water, and you can navigate perfectly. Noctua, another roll to die.
I'm fucking strong.
You are fucking strong.
Not a nerd.
This time you decide you're not a nerd. You swim on just fine. Here, I'm gonna give you control, Monichi. I'm gonna give you control of Sasha as well. Sasha the Bean is controllable by all players now. You can highlight both of you and just move you both. Excellent. There we go. That's the correct posture. Noctua, another roll to die.
Okay. I'm really fucking good at this.
You're really fucking good at this. Take another 5 damage.
He keeps swimming.
Yeah, you're like...
I will not be bested by mere waves.
Yeah, you notice that on all sides, there's sort of like water rushing down, little waterfalls from the area above.
Yeah, he continues to swim then, making his way up. And yeah, he arcs up on here for a moment to kind of get a better look at the waterfalls on both sides and see kind of what's going on here.
Yeah.
Looks like it's all coming in from there.
He wonders about that real fast. Wonder if it'd be... Does it look like that could be plugged by a rock if I shoved it over there, or like limited?
Probably not, no. This is
Yeah,
an actual hole in the roof.
Yeah.
Well, alright.
He then is going to get back in the water and swim.
Yeah.
He's thinking, I could probably leap to those. No. No. I'm gonna roll to die again.
Give me a roll to die.
Alright.
Sure you don't need me to carry you, Noctua?
He swims. That's a 17. I think that's fine,
That's a
right?
17. That beats it.
I don't need that kind of help.
You hop up on the rock and you survey the area back behind you. Traveling through here wasn't too bad, actually.
Nice.
Not too much of an issue. You get the feeling, looking back at, like, these guys, fuck. Might have been a problem if all those little crossbowmen were set up.
He thinks about it. No, it wouldn't have been. He would have just stood on the rock and took them all out anyways. It's fine.
It would have been nice and easy, you say, now a little tired from your swim.
Yeah.
So, you going up this way?
Yes.
Okay.
He notes the hot springs.
Are you gonna go to the hot springs?
He notes them, but we'll wait. They can hit that up on the way back.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
10 HP. I don't give a shit. It's fine. I don't care. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Uh-huh.
So it just
don't
leads
need
you
it.
into the hot tub or the hot spring.
I want to go, but I'm not going. We've got to do something first.
I will. Let me put it this way. There is a choice immediately in front of you. If you go up this way, I'm about to end the session. If you go over this way, I'm about to end the session. Either way, I'm ending the session.
I see. Okay.
So, do you want to basically like? I'm not
Nothing
gonna.
that's strong with plunging into the horizon.
Excellent. Okay. So,
We do not retreat. We go forward.
excellent. You move forwards, hopping from rock to rock. And you land in an area where the water is rushing down. And actually on the far side, you see the cave arcing sort of gently upwards. And you can almost see the texture start to shift. And you realize these trees you've been seeing, they're not actually trees. These are little coral outcroppings. It seems like the reef, to a certain extent, has busted through the cave, and now you're seeing its beginnings. And you look out across this big open area, and you see this large, towering figure. This pitch black collection of what appears to be like almost ooze or slime. And you hear the noise first. Just almost this crunching, breaking sound as you look at it. And you notice that something is on this creature, just stomping the living shit out of it. And your eyes fixate on it, and you see a familiar figure. And you slowly turn, you make eye contact with it, and it looks at you.
There you are again!
He stops. I was about to say the exact same thing.
You take a step into the arena, the dread building. This creature takes a step forward, disentangling itself from the beast. Both of you roll the die. Oh no, it's that thing again!
Alright, I'm at 30. Let me put there. 30 HP. I can't. Oh, there we go.
Okay!
Roll the die. Roll the die time.
Roll the die time.
Alright, let's see. What do I... Alright, that one? Okay, hang on. Let me just check something real quick.
Oh.
I think it would be...
Using Tower Shadow?
Let me think about that. I think I might. Yeah, I'll use Tower Shadow, which gives me... Yeah, so that means blue would be 6?
Yes. So
right,
that
I'm
would
gonna
be 6.
keep it and then just up... Can you up it manually, or...?
Yes, that would bring you to a... Yes, so you click on your character and you do set swing, blue 6. So tell me how you invoke Tower Shadow.
So, let me go look at its flavor real quick again. Let me just have a nice little look. Okay. As he does this, I invoke the shadow because last time this thing snuck up on me and really grabbed at me. I felt that and understood it in some ways, and this time I move in and I'm frustrated. I'm angry at this thing, but in a way that my heart shrinks down to the measly 1. I feel not friendship for this thing. I feel hatred and disgust for it. And in that way, I switch my heart to the opposite. In the end, that 6 and 1, for the way Noctua's wheel is, even a low swing is value to me. That one, it's me turning the knob on my heart from love to hatred, both strong emotions emerging from the heart. And with that, in every way, all of this is exactly how I wanted. I am at the max of what I want to do facing this foe.
Okay.
I lock in blue, which, get that +7 on it, get a 13.
Okay, excellent. So, oh boy, mysterious... Smoke Cloud, you get to go first.
Yeah,
Noctua and Smoke Cloud get to each take an action before anything else happens.
Yeah, this thing looks straight at you, Noctua, and goes, "Tell me, Tempered One, what brings you all the way down here into this mucky hole?"
I was here to stomp out that muck over there. But he stops. But instead, I think I want my rematch now.
Oh, how about I give you a bit of both, then? It, like, reaches back and grabs into this thing, and it rips out a fucking massive chunk of it, and then, as you see it, that chunk of it begins to morph and fixate into a similar look as he does look, and then it, like, is a fucking hurling fireball of miasma in his hand, as he fucking overhand tosses it right at you.
Alright, cool. Do we clash?
In this case, it's red and blue. Something weird happens. As this thing flies through the air, first of all, both of you hit the roll to do button for me.
Alrighty, let's go. Let's see how I roll do. Oh my god, right there! Really?
Here's what happens. So,
oh, does Sasha get the roll to die?
Sasha does not. No, you guys acted before literally anyone else had a chance to do anything. So this just here's how this occurs. You feel this moment, this growing, growling power in the air as this creature reaches out, takes some of the sludge and converts it into this burning red fireball. And like he goes to overhand toss it at first, grips it, focuses it down to a point, and then throws it at you. And as it arcs through the air, you have this moment of almost horrific clarity. The entire area seems to ring out as a different sort of clash takes hold. And this time you don't take double damage from this, you just take the normal 15, but I'm gonna mark you both with something. Red.
Alright.
Blue. And this spear of fire hits you and digs in just the same, burning away almost at your godly essence.
I see. So I don't take damage, you said?
You take 15, not 30.
That's totally double damage, yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, he feels that burning away at that essence that was inside of him, that gifted thing. And that only makes him angrier because that's his, and that's not his to take. So in response, I'm going to go in and is it like boiling on me?
It burnt away almost. It flash fried in an instant almost is the best way to describe.
Alrighty then. In that case, I'm going to pull out one of those crystals.
Yeah.
And notch it against my bow and fire it directly back at him.
Okay. Both of you clash once more.
Alrighty.
Alright. And I'm gonna use my Fox Blessing and get an extra D6 on this one.
Yes.
Or actually, maybe I won't use my Fox God's Blessing to do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, spicy rolls.
Ooh.
You
now
guys,
it's your
the
turn for the
duality! Almost at the same time, this crystal flies and strikes you almost in the identical spot for actually, oh my god. Yeah, you take, well, yeah, you
Now
take
hold
that.
on there, Jay.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I requested a while back, I don't get to know how much damage I take.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. You get struck for an amount of damage as this crystal hits you and burns away. The wounds already caused by this creature hurting you as well. You both are actually doing pretty bad. This first opening salvo causing a significant amount of damage. You move together and in a second you actually clash. That same resonance traveling throughout the room. Then I'm gonna have to ask you both to roll to die.
Oh boy.
Okay, yeah, awesome.
Yeah, just give me a roll to die immediately. Okay?
Alrighty.
It's always red.
It's always you both clash, almost like coming together in this instance as this radiating, resonating wave travels between you. And then suddenly it's cut off. Both of you feel that resonance stop dead as you both dive backwards cleanly out of the way. So, Sasha, you also need to roll to die.
Okay.
Sasha's gonna duck. Sola, actually, you managed to shield Sasha from the attack as you drag her to the side as from this creature rising from the ground, it compresses ooze again and attempts to wipe both of you out at the same time. It rises, eyes looking at both of you, and it begins to roil.
Noctua feels a vein almost ready to burst in his forehead as he turns over to this thing, and he just looks at it like all of his anger and hatred seems to redirect away from this guy, straight at this, as he's just like, I don't believe I asked you to contribute at all!
Yeah. This guy over here just fucking slowly turns over and points his big ass fucking nasty greatsword at it. Ah, I see you've gotten back up again. I'll just have to eat you all over again.
The creature looks at both of you simultaneously, lets out a roar, and prepares for combat. And that is where we'll end today's session.
Yeah.
Oh, the hype, though!
We trade our crit fails with each other.
You
Yeah.
trade
It's
your
the fucking solid snake fucking liquid ocelot stab each other with crit fail needles.
You guys, wonderful session. Absolutely fucking awesome. We're just picking up exactly there next time, where we have a multiplayer boss fight going on. I'm excited. That worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
I rubbed my hands together. That worked out fantastically.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. There are two options. There are two options that you can get into for the end of this session. I decided halfway through. You are either going to roll up in this exact situation where you find this dude doing fucking Bloodborne Hunter Artorias ass shit, messing up this guy, and in an ideal world, you will proceed to have a cool clash and confrontation, and the dice gods agreed with us.
Yes.
And then you'll ideally decide to fight this boss together. Or you'll go to the hot springs, and instead of having this engagement, you would awkwardly find them there instead. And I'm like, both of those are hysterical. I don't care which. I just want you to make that choice.
Yeah.
Whew, that's fun.
That's really fun. I'm excited for the next one. Thank you both for playing. Thank you, Monichi. Thank you, J-Man. Thank you, Christian.
Yeah, this was fun.
This was so great.
You guys are great.
Yeah.
You guys are so fucking good.
Does Sola have a loading screen? Can I see Sola art?
Sola does have a loading screen. Mask was the one trading them out last time. Mask is not here today, so but there is lots of Sola art.
Yes, please.
Oh my god. I'm so fucking happy we got to have our you moment. Perfect. That was the hope and the dream from this. Okay. Here, I can Monichi, is it cool if I link it? I've actually got them all.
Recording really quick.
Yeah.
Bye, folks.
Goodbye.
Bye.